difference between this week and week 6. These two, Deontay Smith-Moore kind of got caught in those situations earlier in the season. He couldn't get through those holes, plow through them, and we see this time Ivan Pace able to plow through that hole and pick up the first down.
We'll go through this play, and then Brandon will run through the Colerain starting lineup here just for you in a second. There's a fake handoff to Ivan Pace. Gunnar Leyendecker pitches it. Going to get caught in the backfield is Sincere Jones. He's going to lose about 1 yard on the play. They're actually marking him maybe at the line of scrimmage, so maybe he did get back to the line of scrimmage, but well defended by Mason.
Really just strung that play out. Sincere Jones couldn't get the edge. Starting for the Colerain Cardinals up front, TJ Ganella, Jacob Davis, Ace Aaronswender, Rusty Feth, and Nick Kroger. At tight end, Luke Ponce, quarterback Gunnar Leyendecker, Javon Hicks, a wide receiver, Ivan Pace, Sincere Jones, and J.J. Davis in the backfield.
Gunnar Leyendecker under center, J.J. Davis in motion. There's the handoff once again to Ivan Pace, and oh, he needed to break one tackle, number 52 on the tackle. Did pick up positive yards. He's going to pick up about 5 on the play. It'll be third down.
And again, Pace breaks through that small hole, powers through, and then just a hand on his ankles brings him down.
Of course, I don't have 52 on my roster for Mason.
We had this same problem last time. He's not on the official, the roster we have.
Chase Evans. Chase Evans, thank you. Mason's student broadcast team helping us out there. Chase Evans, number 52. So here we go. Cardinals got it. Gunnar takes it, fakes the handoff, keeps himself, runs around side. Late pitch out to Sincere Jones. He's got it. He's going to have enough for the first down. Takes it down the sideline into Mason territory. Right at about the 40-yard line, where it'll be another first down for the Colerain Cardinals.
Lots of patience on that play, all around for the Colerain Cardinals. Leyendecker pulls it out of the gut, patiently strings out the defender, and then pitches it late. And then Sincere Jones patiently works off of Josh Huber's block, works it, gets the angle, picks up the first down.
He did that 3 or 4 times last week, where he was actually in the grips of a defender last week against Moeller and pitched it wide. Gunnar once again's got it under center, takes the ball, fakes the handoff, keeps himself, does a spin move, makes a man miss. Look at Gunnar Leyendecker.
Still on his feet.
Still on his feet. He's headed to the land of 6. Touchdown Cardinals. Gunnar Leyendecker takes it in from 40 yards out.
And what a fantastic play by your senior quarterback. This is the Gunnar Leyendecker we're used to seeing. This is the Gunnar Leyendecker that was a fantastic running back the past 2 years for the or a couple years ago for the Colerain Cardinals. He's been battling hamstring injuries all year. So get a look at it. He makes a decisive cut up the middle, spins off a tackle, spins it off another one, makes a man miss in space, breaks through a tackle, makes about 3 Mason defenders miss, which should have been maybe a 10-yard gain. Is a long touchdown for 6 points. Ponting on the snap, Martini on the hold, Mangold with the kick. It's up. And it's good. And at the 10-11 marker of the first quarter, it's your Colerain Cardinals 7. The Mason Comets 0.
So let's put this in perspective. Mason has not allowed a point since September. We're a minute and 49 seconds into the game, and Colerain has 7 on the board. If that doesn't give you some indication of how well this offense is clicking right now, I don't know what does.
And we've seen it, especially last week, as we get another look at this play live on Waycross. A spin move at the line of scrimmage, cut back against one receiver, breaks a tackle in the open field, and Leyendecker gets in front. Sincere Jones, Rusty Feth out in front, and Leyendecker just going to beat everyone else to the pylon for 6 points. And like you said, we saw it last week with Gunnar Leyendecker. It takes sometimes quarterbacks a while to get into rhythm. We saw like the shuffle of fullbacks all year, people not shifting positions, some people getting hurt, having to keep that. They've really got a rhythm right now, and Leyendecker is making some fantastic decisions, really being patient with the ball, not forcing things, being willing to give up to the fullback, maybe if it's just a give or go, iffy call. This time, he takes it all himself for 6 points.
You know, you mentioned something in there that we don't like to talk a lot about, one, because we don't know a lot about it, and even if we did, we wouldn't share, but you talked about injuries, right? And I heard one of the coaches, just overheard him earlier before the game as he was in the press box talking about the fact that they feel as if they're as healthy now as they've been all year. And when you've got that kind of health on a team that doesn't have a whole lot of depth, that's really important.
And we saw in the beginning of the year, it was like, what's wrong with the offense against LaSalle and against X? It was really Gunnar was not 100% going into the early season as Chris Mangold pops up the kickoff.
And it is caught on the run at about the 20-yard line. Colerain up man takes him down. First tackler there.
And I'll tell you what, it's a young man. It's a young man for the Colerain Cardinals. He's not a starter, but the young junior, Alonzo Kendricks, He is a special teams ace for the Colerain Cardinals. He had a big fumble recovery last week when Javon Hicks muffed a punt at the goal line, picked it up, saved the Cardinals from giving up a short field. Here he makes a good tackle in the open field. And again, we see Cardinals really on kickoffs wanting to pop it up in the air and force an easy tackle on the return rather than give up the big play.
So first down for Mason, and there's a handoff to Matt Sora. He's going to take it out wide to the left. He's going to truck a Colerain Cardinal, but he's going to get taken down by number 1, Sincere Jones.
And just a simple handoff off tackle to Matt Sora. He gets to the edge, but Deshaun Pace and Sincere Jones are waiting for him, but that's what we're going to see from Matt Sora. He's not going to sit back and try to dance with you. He's going to go right at you, try to run through you, and he gives up an extra yard or two going through Sincere Jones.
So 4-yard gain on first down play. There's a handoff once again to Sora, and he takes it right over the middle. And there's number 7, Luke Bolden, on the tackle.
That run was by number 21, Matt Sora.
We got a flag here away from the play. And again, we saw it there. Matt Sora delivers the blow, but Luke Bolden holds on and makes the tackle. We get a personal foul on the Colerain Cardinals away from the play. It'll be a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down for the Comets.
You know, in the last game these two teams played, Mason kind of inexplicably lost the penalty yardage battle. And I'm recalling from here, I think they had 66 yards in penalties, and Colerain I think had around 30. So that's something that is going to be key in this game, obviously. You want to make sure that you're making good, smart decisions. Didn't see what happened there, but either way, Mason's going to have it first down and 10 at their own 47-yard line as a result of the penalty. There's a handoff right over the middle. Matt Sora bounces off guys, stays on his feet, spins, goes out of bounds, but not before he gets into Colerain territory, down to about the 39-yard line, I think is where they're going to mark it. First down. That was a pad that Matt Sora
run. Like we said, he's not going to try to dance. He's not going to try to do anything fancy. He just gets into the open, takes Jagari Patterson and says, you got to take me down 101, and he just drags Patterson past the yard gain, picks up a first down to the Cardinal 40-yard line.
So Matt Sora picking up a first down for the Mason Comets down to the Colerain 40-yard line. The first down and 10. Colerain leading 7-0 here early in the first quarter. There's a snap back once again. Fakes the handoff this time. Will Adams looking for some room. He's pressure. He throws it. It's going to be bounced into the turf. Incomplete pass. Second down.
And a good play, that call there by the Mason Comets. You got some working on the ground. Make a shot, play action on first down. But Sincere Jones all over in coverage on the intended receiver, Tanner New. Will Adams forced to scramble, trying to make something happen, and he just threw that ball away. Eric Phillips applying the pressure. He had a receiver downfield, but Hicks was waiting for him to throw that ball, and he just kind of threw it in the dirt at the receiver to throw it away.
So second down and 10. Snap is back, and there's the handoff to Sora, who hits the hole hard. I'll tell you what, when he gets his feet moving, you're right, he doesn't dance. He hits that hole hard, and he did. He's going to pick up positive yards on that play. Going to get about 4 yards on the second down play.
Very big up front. We see on this play, he just kind of runs into the back of his own lineman. There's not really a big hole there, and he just kind of rides it forward, uses that man as a blocker in front of him, and really the tackle by Luke Bolden comes from behind, so it'll be 3rd and 6.
There's a 6'6", 255-pound offensive lineman out there, kind of help leading the way. High formation. There's the snap. Back to Sora. He takes it. Goes through the middle. Makes a few men miss. He's going to be close to a first down, but I think he's going to be at least a yard shy.
He's going to be a little more. That's only about a 3-yard gain.
Okay.
It'll be 4th and 3 from the 33. They need to get to the 30. Big decision here early for Coach Kastner, and it looks like they are going for it. Substitutions in for the Colerain Cardinals. They're going to bring in their 2 big offensive linemen, Taj Roberts and Rusty Feth, to put a little more beef up front.
Yep, so this is a big 4th down play, 4th and 3 on the 33-yard line of the Cardinals. Let's see if they can get it. Will Adams takes it. He rolls to his right, looking to pass. He's going to try and take it, and he does it. There's that man, senior captain Dan Bolden, comes in and sacks Will Adams. It'll be a turnover on downs for the Colerain Cardinals.
And we said this about Bowler last week. I like the initial call by Mason Comets to go for it on 4th down. Yeah, but you have been able to run the ball. As you get another look here live on Waycross. It's just a rollout, 3 wide receiver flood pattern with Will Adams. And the strength of your team is Matt Sora. Why are you throwing the ball? I know the Cardinals are good at defense, but Dan Bolden leads the league in sacks, and he gets another one there for the Colerain Cardinals.
So that's a great point, right? At any point in that drive, did Matt Sora have less than 3 yards on any of his carries?
He had one gain for about 2 yards. That's about it.
Right. Every other game was like 5 yards or first down. So you're right. It's a good question. So now the Cardinals showing an I formation set. One wide receiver to the top. There's the handoff to Ivan Pace Jr. He's got it. He's into the hole. He's across the field. He's into Mason territory. He's down to the 40, the 35. Taken down all the way down to the 31-yard line. Huge run for Taz.
And a quick turnabout of the field now. Ivan Pace is a straight fullback give. Cuts it back, and it was really him. He's in the middle of the field just trying to find the space. The Mason Comets really contain him, but they're containing him 20, 30 yards downfield. He picks up the first down to the Comet 32.
First down for the Cardinals. Single wing set formation. Fakes the handoff. Gunnar Leyendecker keeps it, pitches it to DSM. He takes it. He runs it around wide. He's got one man to beat. He's going to lower his helmet, stay on his feet, take on all the tacklers inside the 5-yard line. First down, Cardinals.
DSM all the way to about the 10, 11-yard line for the Colerain Cardinals in 3 phases. All work here. Gets the pitch. Great blocking on the edge by J.J. Davis and Josh Huber. Deontay Smith-Moore cuts in between the 2 blocking wideouts, picks up a big gain, delivers the blow, stays on his feet. Got close to the goal line, but they say he stepped out of bounds at the 9-yard line.
So first down and goal for the Cardinals at the 9-yard line. Already up 7-0. Looking to add some more points. There's Gunnar Leyendecker, takes it inside the 5. It'll be second down and goal. Looked like a bit of miscommunication on that play, but still picked up 5 yards on the first down.
Just a simple keeper there. And it's Colerain Cardinals. You're complaining that you got 5 yards, but it sets up just 5 yards in that play. Second and goal from the 4-yard line.
Like to see the pace of the offense moving, not having any problem getting the play calls in. J.J. Davis in motion. Ivan Pace takes the ball,
still on his feet,
shoulder, into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals!
Ivan Pace Jr. fullback dive. He's hit initially short of the line of game, but just powers through. And another touchdown here early in the first quarter for the Colerain Cardinals.
We've said it all week. We've said it all year, as you see it there on replay on Waycross. We've said it all year. Ivan Pace at the fullback position brings a level of anger when he runs the football. And when you lower your shoulder and you deliver that blow instead of being the one hit as a fullback, it makes all the difference in the world.
Extra point set. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up. And it's good. And at the 6:38 mark of the first quarter, it's your Colerain Cardinals 14, the Comets of Mason 0. And again, if you're listening live on wearecolerain.com, you can reach us at the radio address radio@wearecolerain.com, or you can reach us directly in the YouTube chat. Got a shout out from Jim and Terry Shear listening in frigid Chicago, Illinois. Got one from Lenny Lopez checking in from sunny Corona, California. A couple of you also listening in: Tim Rickbar, Michael Fockey, Ryan Martin, Janine Cherry, and the entire middle-aged man band, including former Vice President Mark Strong and Brian Wyatt, listening in before they start their gig tonight.
Brian, we do miss you, buddy. There's no doubt about it, but you've got other obligations, and we know you'll do a great job with it. The Colerain Cardinals have absolutely taken care of their obligations here so far in the first quarter. Not even at the halfway point, and they are up on the Mason Comets 14-0.
And we talked about it in the pregame. Ivan Pace gives them such a different dynamic that they didn't have. Deontay Smith-Moore, we saw it. He can deliver a blow, but he's just not the size and physicality that Ivan Pace brings in for the fullback position. And we've seen it here. He busted open through the middle and the big in the middle. Gets him near the goal line. Leyendecker, Deontay Smith-Moore getting even closer. And Ivan Pace would stop short of the goal line, but his will and his physicality drug defenders into the end zone.
He just runs so hard. He runs so hard. So the ball lined up at the 40. Chris Mango gets his foot underneath it, and this is more of a line drive kick, not the pooch. And it's going to go out of bounds, where Mason will start off first down and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Kickoff is out of bounds. It's a penalty.
So by rule, that'll be a legal procedure on the Cardinals.
So again, for those of you listening live on wearecolerain.com, we will be bringing you halftime scores from around the city, and by that we mean like 4 scores, because we're in week 2 of the playoffs. There's not a whole lot of teams left playing. If you're playing in week 12, then you've had a really good season. So we'll get those, and we'll have those for you at halftime. So be alert to that. We'll also have stats.
There's one important game. The winner of this game plays the winner of Sycamore St. X.
Yep.
Sycamore struck first, but St. X has tied it up 7-7.
So here we go. Will Adams takes the ball, hands it off to Sawyer. He hits the middle of the hole, and Dan Bolden wraps him up, and then he's hit again by Ivan Pace Jr., who helps clean it up. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Dan Bolden is playing this game like a man possessed.
Yeah, and we've seen it the past couple of weeks. We get another look live at Waycross. He just suplexes him here, and it's not out of dirty. Sora's still on his feet. Down. He's a difficult man to bring down. For these past few weeks, Dan Bolden has turned it up to a different level. He had a fumble recovery, 2 interceptions, a touchdown, 13 tackles, and a sack last week against the Moeller Crusaders.
That is what I call a smorgasbord of efficiency. Snap is back to Williams. He takes it. Will Adams, he rolls. He's trying to find a block. He does. He's going to pick up some yards, get it out past the 40, all the way up to the 42-yard line of Mason, where it'll be 3rd down and about 4 to go.
And Mason's going to get something going. They need Will Adams to do it, and he does it with his feet this time. Just a simple rollout. And at a certain point, the receiver there, he just tucks it, cuts it up, picks up 7 yards, and makes it a 3rd and 3.
Will Adams has got some speed. There's no doubt about it. He can move.
He's a legit quarterback. He has an offer from the University of Dayton.
Yep.
So
3rd and 3. Snap is back. He takes it, rolls to his right, looks. Pass is incomplete. Intended for number 9 of the Mason Comets, but it was thrown behind him, and it'll be 4th down, and you have to believe at this point Mason will be punting the ball.
And again, the rollout flood pattern, and Austin Coy was there open. Deshaun Pace a little late to close the good routes there to open up Croy, but Will Adams getting pressure, didn't get a good set of his feet, get his shoulders quite square. Aaron throw, incomplete, 4th down. Mason lines up to punt.
Javon Hicks going back to his 15-yard line for the first time tonight on a punt. We know the kind of dangerous player that the UC commit is for the Colerain Cardinals.
And we're going to get a timeout for the Cardinals sideline. They weren't sure.
Timeout is by Colerain.
They weren't exactly sure what I think they wanted their setup to look there. So Sincere Joe's kind of running onto the field late.
That is correct.
Sorry, trying to cover for you there. Brandon losing his voice a little bit there. So we'll take this minute here during this timeout. I want to remind all of you that are watching and or listening online that we couldn't do what we do without the Colerain boosters. If I can step in and try and be Brian for just a minute, because he does such a great job thanking all of our individual and corporate boosters every single week for everything that you do to make not only what we do possible, but make it possible for, and I'm not exaggerating, thousands of students in Colerain High School, Colerain Middle School, White Oak Middle School to have access and the ability to be involved in extracurricular activities. And I say all activities, not just sports. We know that everyone from the band and the show cards and any activity can benefit from the Colerain boosters. Think and give some sincere consideration to joining the Colerain boosters, and I'll tell you here very shortly how it is you could do that as Colerain gets ready to return the punt now. 2 men back, standing on their 25-yard line is Javon Hicks. 4th down and 3 at their own 42. Mason punting. Snap is back. Kick is up. It's a pretty good punt. Javon chases it backwards. It goes over his head and goes out of bounds right at about. Are they marking that ball at the 6-yard line?
No, he's coming up.
Out to the 11. Okay, good.
They run to the spot and then walk up where it went out of bounds.
There you go. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Colerain Cardinals on the
13-yard line.
13-yard line. Good call.
Just an update of that other game. Sycamore hit a 56-yard touchdown pass. Was followed by a 55-yard touchdown run by St. X. You would think the opposite for those two schools.
I would have thought that would have been a little bit of a defensive game tonight. I really would have.
It's still early, 7-7.
Wow, it is early, and you learn a lot. Teams make adjustments as the game goes on. So we'll see what kind of adjustments the Mason defense can make now, because this Colerain offense is rolling on all cylinders. 1st down and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Gunnar Leyendecker takes the ball, rolls. Pitch. Actually, it's a fumble. The ball's on the ground. It looks like Gunnar Leyendecker fell on top of it, but not a good situation as it's back to the 5-yard line.
And this is kind of the playbook. Opens up a little bit at the farther in the season. And Gunnar Leyendecker, there's just a speed option. There's no fullback. He just takes a step back, starts running to his side and horizontally, and a good job by the Comets of just stringing that out. Never had a spot do there and tried to pitch it late, lost the handle, and thankfully for the Cardinals, falls right back on top of it.
Now on the near hash, the Cardinals. Lined up, second down and 16. Loss of 6 yards on the play. There's the handoff to Ivan Pace, and he's going to be tackled, I think, right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of another yard back at the 5-yard line. So Mason's defense here, 2 excellent plays back-to-back, really pressuring the Cardinals, and they've got an opportunity here to flip field position if they can get a 3 and out.
It's a really big third down for the Comets defense. They got the Cardinals pinned deep. They've already given up 2 scores. Can't afford to let the Cardinals keep this momentum going.
Do we see it? I know this may sound crazy. You think we see a pass here?
I think you just see an Ivan Pace run, but
let's see it lined up in the I formation. J.J. Davis in the backfield. There's the handoff to Ivan Pace, and he does get it, and he's taken down immediately right at the 5-yard line. So very effective defensive set for the Mason Comets there. Not only do they get a 3 and out, they push the Cardinals back 8 yards on that series, and they're going to be punting from the back of their own end zone. And Mason's going to start off in an excellent field position.
And if you're the Comets, it's what you needed to do. You got stopped, but you gave a great punt, set up your defense in a good position. They hold. Now you've set your offense potentially with a good position.
So we'll see the sophomore, Lawson Sandusky, gets the ball, rugby style, kicks, puts his foot underneath it. It's a good kick, bounces at the 35-yard line.
But takes
a bit of a Mason bounce, but that's where Mason will get it at the 35, first down and 10.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was a good kick right in front of the returners for Mason, kind of where Colerain wants the punt to land. Unfortunately for the Cardinals, it takes its bounce immediately backwards, and it doesn't get that kind of roll that you want out of that rugby kick. So the Sora and the Comets will start out at the Colerain Cardinal 34-yard line.
So we've got 3 wide receivers split wide to the right for Will Adams in the I formation. Takes the ball, hands off to Matt Sora. He's going to take it around to the right side, make 2 tacklers miss, but the Colerain defense is there to stand him up. But again, picks up a positive 4 yards on that first down play.
Didn't quite get 4, but
maybe
a good
3?
job. Yeah, about 3.
Yep, okay.
And a good job by the Mason Comets. Just kind of a stretch play, trying to let Sora pick a hole. Cardinals string it out, keep contained, so Sora can't go to the outside. And he does fall forward for 3 yards.
Down for Mason.
Second down and 7. 2:45 left to go here in the opening quarter. Colerain up 14-0 on the Mason Comets. Regional semifinal here at Princeton High School. There's snap back. This time the handoff is to number 3, who's met in the hole and taken down immediately. Dan Bolden on the tackle.
Logan Dalton giving a spell to Matt Sora. I don't understand that. It's a fine play call, just a little off tackle up the middle. But Matt Sora is your senior captain. There are no more weeks after this guaranteed. He's got to be the workhorse in there. It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Comets.
I would expect to see him carry the ball at least 25 to 30 times. I would think, assuming they get that many, that they're able to give him that many handles. Sora lined up right next to Will Adams. Will Adams rolls out, looking to pass again on 3rd down and 6. It is passed and it is caught inside the 30. It'll be enough for a first down to the Colerain 22-yard line.
Austin Croy catches it flat, and this is the exact play they've been running. Roll left, roll right, flood pattern to the sidelines. This time Will Adams finds Austin Croy for the completion and a common first down. It's the exact same play they ran the other way, but Will Adams' pass was errant. This time it's on target for the first down.
So first down and 10 for Mason at the Colerain 22-yard line, threatening to score for the first time tonight. Snap his backhand off his Sora. He takes it, runs through the hole, tries to get a few yards, and he does. He's going to pick up about 4 on that first down run. He seems like he's an automatic 4 yards every time he touches the ball.
Yeah, and again, just a simple handoff. Good job up front to close, seal initial defenders. Ethan Stout holds him up. Deshaun Pace cleans it up.
Colerain defense, I know, wants to be stout. You mentioned Ethan Stout. They want to be stout. They'd love to be able to get a shutout here, but this Mason team is a good football team. Snap is back. It was a high snap. There's a handoff right over the middle. Once again, it's going to take it out past the 15-yard line, or right to it. Looks like it'll be 3rd down and short for Mason. Matt Sora once again on the carry.
Yep, and again, just closing down, fullback lead, ISO out of the shotgun. Trying to be bigger up front than the Colerain Cardinals, which almost everyone is bigger up front than the Colerain Cardinals defensively. And it'll be just short of the 15. No, it'll be exactly at the 15-yard line, setting up a 3rd and 3.
So no doubt, 2-down territory here, down 2 scores, even though it's only the first quarter, under a minute to play.
And under pressure from the play clock, Coach Kastner is forced to use the Comets first time out. But it's a good question, though. You're in a good spot for a field goal. How early do you value these points? Do you value points at this point? Or you trust your defense? Or are you saying, we got to keep up with the Colerain Cardinals, we got to score touchdowns?
I wouldn't pretend to understand the psychology of a head coach in a game like this because obviously I have no clue. But to me, it seems like there's such a psychological advantage that the Colerain football program has over the GMC. If I'm the head coach of an opposite GMC school or an opposing GMC school, I need to get over that mental hurdle. You're already down 14-0. We're not even out of the first quarter. I'm thinking I want to show my boys that I believe in them and their ability to put 7 points on the board. And if it's 4th and 2 or 4th and 1 or even 4th and 3, say they get no yards on next play, I'm going to trust my seniors, Will Adams and Matt Sora, to get me 3 yards at this point. Because, again, there's no next week. That's me. It's easy to say that sitting here in a booth. He knows his team. He knows what they're capable of. I just know that it means a lot more when you're able to put 7 on the board versus just kicking for 3. And while we talk about kicking for 3 there, let's take a look real quick here on the kicking stats. I mean, their kicker is 19 for 19 on extra points, 4 of 7 on field goals, so he could do it. Let's see what we got here on 3rd down and 3. Snap is back to Will Adams. He looks to roll. Ethan Stout is in pressure. The pass is thrown out of bounds. So it's going to be the aforementioned 4th down and 3 for the Mason Comets.
And if you're passing the ball, I have to feel like you're going to be running it here on 4th down. But
well, I don't see the punt team coming out. I certainly or the kicking team, coming out. But
and here it comes. Nope, they're going to bring in some size.
Yep, those are some big boys. They grow big up there in Mason.
Yeah, and if you're going to throw on 3rd down and short, you got to think then the call was you knew you were going to try and run the ball here on 4th down. So the 4th down and 3 for the Comets at the Cardinal 15.
Yeah, standout defensive lineman number 57, Zaid Hamden coming in to try and get them the yards they need. The snap is back, the ball's on the ground. It's out of Will Adams' hands. He's got it, he's looking to throw it. He completes the pass. Number 16 catches it and takes it down. It's going to be very close to a 1st down play.
There is a flag on the field as well.
I can't believe they got that play off. Great composure by Will Adams, the senior quarterback. You can see it here. The snap is back. He drops it, picks it up, rolls around, looks, completes it to number 16 who catches it.
And that's just a scramble drill. That's not the intended play.
No, of course not, but
the penalty was a sideline warning on the Colerain Cardinals, which means one of the referees on the sidelines must have ran into a Colerain coach or staff member on the sidelines. That ball will be marked just about the 13-yard line, so they will bring out the change to measurement. So
yep, 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
If you're the Mason Comets, everything went wrong in that play initially, but let's see if they got enough for the first down.
Yeah, you may end up getting a 1st down out of it. The most inaccurate and inefficient measurement in all sports.
And they are going to be short. 4th down, stopped by the Colerain Cardinals.
Cardinals will take over 1st down and 10 at their own 13-yard line. So the offense is going to have a chance to go out and do what they could not do in their last series and get positive yards and maybe drive the ball down the field and put some more points on the board.
And we talk about it all the time when we were in that comment, but just to go off your point, the most inaccurate thing in football. Yeah. I'm not get some lasers, get something, but you think about the measurements that they do in every level of football, not just high school, all the way up to the NFL. You have one official hand it to another who puts it somewhere in between his foot, and then you have an official grabs a certain point of the chain, then put it on a place line, and this chain gets put. There's so many different variables that could change just a little bit, but Cardinals take over.
There's a little counter play. Ivan Pace takes the ball up the middle out to the 20-yard line. So it's going to be a 7-yard pickup on 1st down for the Cardinals.
And he was a hand away from going 80-plus yards there. Just no one in the middle of the field.
There's that man, number 57,
and the Colerain Cardinals, the Mason Comets are jumping with that motion. They go against it this time. They run the option away from the motion. And Ivan Pace was a shoestring away from the 6 points there.
Yep. That will be the last play of the first quarter as the Colerain Cardinals sprint to the opposite end of the field. Looks like a race between Gunnar Leyendecker and Ivan Pace Jr. At the end of one, it's Colerain 14, Mason 0. Let me take this opportunity again to kind of circle back on the boosters. For those of you who are longtime listeners or longtime followers of us, you know that we can't do what we do without the Colerain booster. So there's a little widget, or a little icon, if you will, in your upper right-hand screen in your YouTube video. It's a round widget with a little eye in it. If you click on that, a little box is going to pop open, and it's going to give you the opportunity to donate through YouTube, fee-free. No additional cost to you, and no additional cost to Colerain High School. YouTube does this as part of their reaching out to help raise monies for nonprofit organizations, of course, which the Colerain boosters are. You can click on that widget and you can make a donation right now as we wait for the second quarter to kick off for the Colerain boosters. I encourage you to think about that. You don't have to do it right now. You got all game to do it. Click on that, $5, $10. We're grateful for anything you give.
And those of you listening live at wearecolerain.com, again, reach in the booth at radio@wearecolerain.com or directly in the YouTube chat to give a shout out to Michelle Denise, Marquise Willis, class of '98, Brian Wyatt, class of a really long time ago, and former Colerain Cardinal Waterboy coach, or son of offensive line coach Cook, Kennedy Cook, breaking down film. He's now an grad assistant at Miami of Ohio, breaking down film right now for the Red Hawks.
There's a handoff up the middle to Ivan Pace Jr. He's met by a whole host of Mason tackles, but he's going to pick up positive yards on the play.
Ivan Pace Jr. Tackle 3 by number 17.
Simple fullback dive, picks up the necessary yardage. The Cardinals move the chain.
So first down and 10 for the Colerain Cardinals. Ball spotted on the 23-yard line. Their own 23-yard line. So they've got a lot of green in front of them to go to put some more points on the board. J.J. Davis in motion. Gunnar Leyendecker takes it, and he almost gets tackled, stays on his feet, finally goes down in the backfield, trying to get some numbers on those Mason defenders. That was number 4, I believe, and number 92, who brought Gunnar down in the backfield.
And just a really good play there by 92. Gunnar Leyendecker had what he wanted. He had him some space in open field, but the defensive lineman gets a hand on him, gets his jersey, and just kind of spins him around, won't let go, and brings him down for no gain.
So back to the original line of scrimmage. No loss on that play. So second down and 10. Gunnar Leyendecker under center. Takes the ball, fakes the handoff, keeps himself, pitches it. The ball's on the ground. And I think Mason may have recovered. They did. Number 6 picks it up.
Terrell Mazzell is right there to scoop it up. And the Cardinals are giving the Comets another short field. They'll take over at the Cardinal 20-yard line.
So these are 2 series in a row where the Colerain offense has not looked good. Some adjustments clearly being made on the Mason's defensive side of the ball, causing some real havoc here for this Colerain offense.
And that's just, there was no bobble from the snap. It wasn't a bad pitch. It was just J.J. Davis gets hit in the hands and he just drops it. I know it's a cold night for the junior. It's week 11, or week 12, he's got to make that play.
And that's his first touch, I think, of the night, or first attempt at a touch for the night. So the Colerain defense is now asked to hold one more time. Snap is back to Adam, hands it off to number 21, Sora. He gets hit at the line of scrimmage by number 5, Ivan Pace Jr., who doubles as a fullback and a linebacker.
And he'll fall forward to the 16. It'll be a 4-yard gain on first down. Nope, they're going to move it back to the 17.
Yeah, I guess his knee must have gone down. I was with you. I thought he got a little bit more on that, but knee must have gone down.
I know his head fell at the 16-yard line, but the ball was marked at the 17.
So second down and 8. Colerain leading 14-0 here with 10:20 to go in the first half. Will Adams in the shotgun, takes the ball, hands it off one more time to Sora.
Ivan Pace from behind.
Unbelievable. The speed that he came around the end and made that tackle was very impressive.
They're going to call face mask.
How? We just saw the replay there on Waycross. I apologize. I missed it. I didn't think he had it.
You can't see it from the angle because we just see the backs of the 2 players, but they must have said when he tackles him from behind from his back, so he must have said his hand got a piece of the face mask as he brought him down. Can't really see it from the angle we have on Waycross, but it'll give the Mason Comets first and goal to go from the 7-yard line. 8-yard line. 7-yard line. Now he's inside the 8-yard line. So 15-yard personal foul, half the distance to the goal.
So it'll be first down and goal for the Mason Comets. And this is putting the defense just in a really bad spot. It's almost impossible to prevent any scoring at this point. But maybe a turnover here, maybe pushing the ball back a little bit further. See what they can do here. Snap is back, and once again it's a handoff to Sora, and he runs right, tries to find some room. He's going to take it down inside the 5, all the way down to about the 2-yard line.
And that's all Matt Sora on the play. You had a host of Cardinals there in the vicinity, close to make a tackle, but he does a good job, cuts back, falls forward for more positive yards, and he gets it all the way down to the 2.5-yard line. The Cardinals have brought in their goal line package. Sincere Jones checks out, along with Tanner Real, the defensive lineman. They bring in Rusty Fett and Taj Roberts. They'll go 4 across up front.
Expecting the handoff to Sora, and that's exactly what they're going to get. He makes one cut, he drops his feet, looks to get in. I think he's going to be just short.
And really good tackle on the interior. I didn't see who got it. Deshaun Pace. Matt Sora made a nice jump cut in the hole. He was initially met near the backfield, made a nice jump cut to find the hole, and Deshaun Pace just doesn't let him. He thought he had 6 points, and then Deshaun Pace holds him off.
Under center, Dan Bolden is in there, and I think he may have stopped him. They tried to do a quick snap. And the Cardinals got into the backfield before the ball got snapped almost. They saw the quick snap coming and just jumped into the backfield, and it'll be no gain on the play. So now it's 4th and goal. I gotta really question that play call. You need 1 yard, and you got Matt Sora in your backfield. You're trying to
I don't question the play call.
Quick snap?
But the quick snap, the Cardinals are ready for.
So they saw it, and they got up there. So now once again, the shotgun, 4th and goal. They're going for it. There's the handoff to Sora. He spins, and he's hitting the backfield. And the Colerain defense steps up once again and prevents the Comets from putting any points on the board.
And I'll tell you what, 3 Cardinal defenders in the backfield. Ethan Stout gets the penetration from the D-line. Dan Bolden makes him cut back, and Ivan Pace finishes off the play.
It's unbelievable. I mean, in this offense now, they have to feel rejuvenated. They have not looked good the past 2 series.
That's the 3rd time the Cardinals this season have stopped a team when they had 1st and goal to go inside, and they've had 2nd and goal inside the 2. We saw it against the Comets earlier in the year. We saw it against Sycamore where they stopped them 3 consecutive downs inside
with
the
1 yard. Yep.
We saw them stop the Fairfield Indians, who had it 1st and goal to go inside the 5-yard line. And this Cardinal defense with another goal line stand.
So now it's time for the offense to kind of get their mojo back. The 90s reference for you. They can get their mojo back and get some points here up on the board. 8:20 to go here in the first half. Plenty of time. Got to see some positive yards here. Ivan Pace takes the handoff.
Still on his feet.
I think it's Ivan.
Cardinal sidelines really imploring for a whistle there. Ivan Pace never went down, but he was held up for a good 2-3 seconds before the whistle was blown. Forward progress stopped to pick up about 7 on the play.
So really important coming out from basically the 1-yard line. Bring it out to about the 9, I think is where they've got it marked there.
I think it was officially marked down at the 2.5-yard line.
Oh, 2.5 was where they started? Oh, that's right. It was a sack. That's right. Or it was a tackle for loss. So there's the snap. Once again, good Mason defense. Not going to get much on that handoff right up the middle. So 3rd down.
Just short of the 10-yard line. The Cardinals will need to get to about the 12 for the first down.
Tackle made by number 50, Jake Brasher.
Number 50, Jake Brasher on the tackle. He's 6 foot, 218-pound senior linebacker for Mason. As you said in the pregame, Jake Brasher was a significant player in the Week 6 game, making his presence felt here. Offense getting lined up. 5 seconds left on the play clock. Men still
Cardinals
moving.
are going to have to call timeout.
They're not going to. They're going to snap it. Oh, nope. Coach Bolden called the timeout. He was right next to the ref, hoping the offense could get it off.
Here's the thing. Coach Bolden was yelling timeout from about the 6-second mark on the play clock. It never got called until about 1 second, and the Cardinals were rushing to get the playoff. Probably weren't going to get the right kind of set and feel they wanted out of that play. Even if when they got the playoff, they're rushing into the clock. It's a big 3rd down and 4 for the Colerain Cardinals.
Ticketing provider of the OHSAA Search Ticket Tap.
So again, the Colerain Cardinals 9-2, Mason Comets 9-2. Mason after having lost to Colerain in Week 6, having not lost again since. They've won every game, 5 in a row. 4 of those 5 games shutouts. And again, to your point, the one game where they gave up a couple of touchdowns to Middletown. I think it was Middletown. I'm not exactly sure.
Middletown.
I'm guessing that those were probably not on the first team. So this defense has been playing lights out for over a month. And they're showing it again on these last 2 drives by the Colerain offense, trying to get something going after scoring early to put 14 on the board. 7 minutes left to go in the first half. Now 3rd down and 4 on their own 8-yard line. Got to find a way to get this first down. It's been basically a penalty-free game, except for a couple of mishaps for the Cards. Man in motion. Gunner takes it, drops back, looks the pass. Throws
got
it deep.
Javon Hicks wide.
Throws it out to Javon Hicks, and it's off of his fingertips. Boy, I bet Javon would love to have that throw back again, because if he catches it, there's nobody in front of him.
There's a terrific play call for the Colerain Cardinals. 3rd and short. They go for it. Just all up streaks down the sidelines. No one in front of Javon Hicks, and he just lets it go off his fingertips.
Colerain once again is going to be forced to punt from the back of their end zone. Second time for Lawson Sandusky on the night. Rugby-style kicker. Snap is back. He's got it. Runs up. Kicks it. It's a good punt. It's a high punt out to the 50. Catch made by Matt Sorer. Makes 1 man miss. Makes 2 men miss. Makes 3 men miss. Look at this guy. He's on the top. Matt Sorer is still on his feet. Takes it all the way down inside the 30-yard line. And there's a flag. We'll see who the call's on and what the yardage is. But that shows you right there the kind of player that Indiana State's going to get. I'm guessing it's against Mason. I don't know. They're talking to the Colerain players. I don't know what there is to talk about.
I don't know why
Mason. It's against Mason. You're just walking off the yardage.
The referees have not indicated anything, but Luke Bolden has indicated it's a block of the back, which would have been unfortunate for the Comets, because that penalty flag is nowhere near where the play was at.
No, it's all the way back up at the 35-yard line, which will take it back. Was that 10 yards? 10-yard penalty? There's a lot of conferencing going on between the referees right now. They're standing right in between the 25 and the 30. There we go. Here comes the head referee. We'll get a call here and see what's going on. Now one of the other referees is talking with Tom. Yeah, they just want to get it exactly clear.
Block in the back is declined. Holding on the Comets is accepted.
So 2 penalties on the play against Mason. Only saw 1 flag.
2 flags on this play.
Well, it's a cold night, so maybe the referee threw 1 flag. He didn't want to throw his hat.
Could be.
Stay warm. Pure speculation, just making things up.
Holding on Mason was accepted. That is a 10-yard penalty.
The block in the back is declined. The holding is accepted. It's a 10-yard penalty, and that's a huge break for Colerain, because it's going to take the ball all the way back into Mason territory, and now they're walking it off even further, because
that holding must have. That's where the flag was. The flag was where Sora caught it. That's why they threw the flag. They accepted that penalty, because that would have been a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. About the 35-yard line puts it at the 50, but a holding call from where Sora caught it, just past midfield, 10 yards from that will put it. Comets starting on their own 38-yard line. That's a huge, huge set of penalties on the Comets.
Yeah, that's like that's effectively a 40-yard penalty. So first down and 10 for the Mason Comets, after they are able to defensively hold the Cardinals one more time.
So cold in here, my pen will not work.
Is that right? Here you go, bud. Here's the pen. Right away. Waiting to place the ball here. These guys do not want to be standing around.
Coach Kastner is really upset. That's what I mean.
Oh yeah, you can see the conference on the other side of the field.
Again, you could reach us in the booth at RadioWeirdColerain.com. Got a couple other score updates from local teams. West Jefferson leads Reading 21-7. Anderson trails Whitten Woods 14-7. Sycamore Witt and St. X still tied at 7.
Way to go, Aves. Love to see Sycamore putting up a fight against the defending Division I state champions.
21-7.
Who's up 21-7?
Whitten Woods.
Okay. So here we go. Mason, first down and 10. Take the ball, fakes the handoff, does Will Adams. He tries to get some movement on his own. Unfortunately, he kind of lost his feet, and he's going to be taken down for a 5-yard loss.
Here, that was a really good play call that unfortunately for the Mason Comets, they don't have, that Colerain Cardinals has either pace. Against most the linebackers, that's a really good, you can run that little read option, pull it, and let the quarterback keep it. But Ivan Pace.
I will say this about
Ivan. Makes
a
great ball.
And I know he's both fullback and linebacker, and I'm not sure which he likes or better. But one thing I'd like to see him is do a little bit better job with his form tackling. That's the 3rd or 4th time I've seen him try and tackle.
He's a wrestler.
I understand he's a wrestler, but he's tackling at the shoulders. And you got to lower those pads and get it down to the hips, take him out. There's a handoff. Not sure. That's not Sora that has the ball once again. That's number 3, Logan Dalton on the carry. Trying to give Sora a break.
I think that was using Sora more as a misdirection there.
Yep.
Sora went one way, Dalton takes the handoff, kind of going the opposite direction, but the Cardinals up front gave no holes to go, and he just kind of ran into the back of his offensive line, and the rest of the Cardinals finished it off.
So now it's 3rd down and 14. This Colerain defense, again, you just cannot speak enough about what it's meant to get Eric Phillips back healthy and the job they've done the past several weeks.
So many things off. We got a dime package.
Yep, 3 wide receivers split wide to the right. Will Adams drops back, looks to pass, got some time, throws it, and it is caught, I think, by number 5. It's going to pick up about 8-9 yards on the play. Going to be well short of a first down.
And that's exactly what the Cardinals did. They're kind of sitting back, dime defense. They brought in Deontay Smith-Moore and J.J. Davis as extra DBs, dropped Ivan Pace in as a D lineman. Deontay and Dan Bowden as a D lineman to rush the quarterback. Deontay Smith-Moore playing middle linebacker, just playing kind of a spy in the middle. They let him catch it underneath and tackle him 6 yards short of the line to gain. Comets line up to punt.
Would you say the line to gain?
Yeah, the first down marker, line to gain.
Cool. Snap is back. It is not a fake punt. It is up in the air. It's going to bounce at the 31-yard line, take a Colerain bounce, come back a little bit. We'll see where they mark it officially. And here comes another flag way away from the play.
Yeah, and I don't know what they're going to do here. I don't know if they're going to get the initial contact or the retaliation. Because away from the play, Alondra Kendricks and number for the Cardinals and Jaden Kaufhold for the Comets were all tied up. And they kind of were wrestling away from the play, but the personal foul will be called against the Colerain Cardinals.
Colerain is really struggling tonight with the penalties, and this is not something we've seen a lot of recently. They've done a really good job maintaining it, but that's the second personal foul of the night.
And Coach Bolden is really just upset because I think he recognizes his player did something wrong, but he's upset that wasn't an offsetting penalty. He's upset about it.
And that's fair. I mean, you're right. They were both wrestling, and they were 40 yards away from the play. It had zero impact on anything. That's kind of one of those where you'd like to see the referee just kind of keep the flag in his pocket, pull both players aside and say, hey, guys, let's clean it up.
But in this case, the referee saw it only as one way, so he's gonna call the penalty.
Yep.
So the Cardinals, good field position, again, turns into bad field position. They're, again, inside their own 20, starting from the 18 with 4:31 left in the half.
Up 14-0. Colerain takes the ball, fakes the handoff. Gunner keeps himself, pitches it wide. J.J. Davis has got it. He's making some men miss. He lowers his helmet. He's going to pick up enough for the first down all the way out to the 30, we'll call it the 34-yard line, almost doubled up. Big run for J.J. Davis, his first touch of the night.
And early in the season, Coach Bolden and everyone were really suspect. Sincere Jones and J.J. Davis not running the football, but when you're not being the pitch man, you got to block an open field, and they really struggled with that. The past couple of weeks, both J.J. Davis and Sincere Jones really improving their blocking, and their Sincere Jones block opens up a J.J. Davis big run.
So first down and 10 for the Cardinals. Gunnar Leyendecker takes it, fakes the handoff, keeps himself, follows his fullback through the hole. He's going to have enough for another Colerain Cardinal first down, all the way up to the 47-yard line.
And this is the adjustment by the play calling. You're running that little single wing formation with the man in motion going one way. The Mason Comets are jumping it. So what they do in this play is just run the midline option against the motion, go to the play side, and it's just quarterback, fullback for the first down.
So Gunnar does it once again, fakes the handoff, keeps himself, takes it through the middle. Good tackle by number 52, Chase Evans.
And all you're doing on this play is basically telling it's a midline option. So they're going to run it, and the read, they're going to let 57 Hampton run free up the middle. And if you tackle the fullback, Leyendecker keeps it. If you go for Leyendecker, he's going to give it to the fullback, and they're just going right behind Rusty Feth, who's opening up a big space on that side.
Second down and 6, up 14-0. Colerain looking to add to it. Fakes the handoff. Tries to follow Ivan through the hole, tackled it by number 23, but again, more positive yards for the Colerain offense. It's going to be third down and short. That was kind of a messy on that.
Well, Cole Pierce is going to get credit for the tackle, but Ivan Pace really slowed that play down.
He just stopped.
There was a right read by Gunner, but he just kind of got stopped behind Pace, and he couldn't hit the accelerators, and Cole Pierce tackles him from behind. Short of the line for the first down will be 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3 on the Mason 46-yard line. High formation. Gunner under center. Takes the ball. Fakes the handoff. Keeps it himself. He's going to pick it past the 40. He's still on his feet. Down to the 35. Plenty for the first down for the Colerain Cardinals.
Nothing special. Just quarterback, fullback. I've seen Mason overplaying with the motion and decided, you know what, we're not going to do any motion. We're just going to make you make a play straight up. And this time Linedecker follows the blockers, gets behind Javon Hicks in open space, and picks up the first down.
So first down and 10 for the Colerain Cardinals at the Mason 34-yard line. 2:40 to go in the first half. There's the handoff to Ivan Pace now right up the middle. Good pursuit by the Mason defense, but Ivan once again picks up 2 more yards.
And that's a good job up the middle there by Chase Evans from the backside. He really didn't allow the cut back there. Kind of stuck it there. And Pace really didn't have the room. He wanted to kind of bend that back against the flow of the Mason defense, but good job by Chase Evans to really get off that backside block and not allow the open space for the Cardinal offense.
Yeah, kudos to the Mason defense. They've really done a great job. There's the drops back the pass, does Gunnar Linedecker, and he's got Javon Hicks, and he hits him in motion inside the 10-yard line. It'll be first down and goal for the Colerain Cardinals.
There's a flag on the field.
We went to number 2, Javon Hicks. There is a flag on the play.
The call is going to be a legal man downfield on the Colerain Cardinals.
So that long pass reception is negated.
5-yard penalty.
It'll remain second down.
So we can't really tell from up here and without the verbiage from the referee if that was more of a, one of the wide receivers covered up another receiver and made him ineligible, or if one of the offensive linemen thought it was a run play and got downfield. Either way, it's a 5-yard penalty. It'll be second down and 13 for the Cardinals at the Comet 37.
How long before we see the ubiquitous chop block? I think that's all these referees haven't pulled out yet. I formation, hand off to Ivan Pace Jr., and he's got it, and he's into the open, and gentlemen, he is gone! Touchdown, Cardinals!
Ivan Pace Jr., second and 13, just goes 37 yards all by himself. Touchdown for the Colerain Cardinals. Again, another look here live, or another look here on Waycross Community Television. And again, if you got so many men up in the box, you got everyone pressed up. Ivan Pacey gets through that first wave. There's not a second wave there. Open field. This time, though, it's not midline. They bring the running back into the play, which draws the safety to the sidelines, opens up the middle of the field, and Ivan Pace goes untouched, 37 yards for 6 points.
Chris Mangold on to attempt his third extra point of the night. It's going to be not good, but there's a flag.
There's a flag on the play.
This one's going to be against Mason.
Offsides.
Offsides for the defense.
Now, I'm not sure if the ruling can be, they're going to decline. In high school, you can't, like the NFL, apply that onto the kickoff, so they'll just decline it and kick it again. You don't really, you have a cadence you don't want to mess up.
So still waiting on this extra point attempt. Colerain. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and kick is good.
And with 1:33 remaining in the first half, it's your Colerain Cardinals 21. The Comets of Mason 0. And that's a huge play for the Colerain Cardinals. That whole real second quarter was really the Mason Comets quarter. They dominated field position.
Absolutely.
They dominated defensively.
Yep.
They were really controlling that second quarter. And even after they got stopped 4th and goal, they got a fumble, got the turnover, short field. But that short field is ruined by a penalty. They get set back. Colerain Cardinals had good field position, but it's ruined by their own penalty. And then they drive 82 yards in just under 4 minutes, score right before the half, and it's really all Cardinals right now.
And the final scoring touch there, that 37-yard run, I think it was 37 by Ivan Pace, that was right up the gut, right in your defense's face kind of run, and that's what you'd like to see to kind of deliver that.
And you got to think that's the one where they've been pounding, and it just finally broke. Might have wore down that Mason front.
So 1 minute and 33 seconds left here in the opening half. And again, as a reminder to all those of you watching and listening live on wearecolerain.com, we'll take a break during halftime, and we'll come back with about 5 minutes to go in halftime. We'll have stats, and we'll try and get updated scores from those games, not only just in the local Cincinnati area here, but also implications from games in other Division I regions across the state. So there's a little pooch kick. Caught by number 14. Makes one man miss. No, he doesn't. I thought he was going to get out of that tackle. He didn't. Taken down to the 31-yard line. So once again, a kind of a popular kickoff method that Colerain's been doing a lot recently. Just scooching that ball up to a spot in the hopes of giving the special teams a chance to get down there and secure field position.
Yeah, just popped it up to the 30-yard line at an angle. Jaden Caulfield there, Kaufhold catches it for the Comets. But we've seen the Cardinals do that a couple times this year. 2 times this year they've recovered it with that kick. Just trying to find an open spot and maybe get a bounce, but really limit the return for the opposing offense. Adams lines up, takes the snap, is going to hand it off to Sora. He is met in the backfield by Dan Bolden, still on his feet. With Dan Bolden around his ankles, Sora can't go any farther, but he will fall forward for 3 yards.
And number 7.
And a really good play by Sora. Bolden had him in the backfield, but Sora, good balance, rolling off of that, and just kind of falls a body length forward. It'll be just over a minute to play, and the Comets in no hurry with 2 timeouts, and I'm just really surprised they're not quickening the pace.
Yeah, it's a little surprising. Shout out to all of you in the live chat. Love to see the conversation back and forth. Keep the conversation coming between yourselves, and of course, reach out to us as well if you'd like. There's a handoff to Sora right up the middle, and he's found the hole. He's made a bunch of people miss. He's going to pick up a first down, get into Colerain territory, all the way down to the 47-yard line. And that was all the offensive line of Mason really opening up that hole, and Matt Sora taking advantage.
Yeah, the Cardinals are playing a little back because they don't want to give up a big play, and they're not really expecting. They're willing to kind of give up a short, maybe a 5-6 yard run, but Sora gets through that second level, and Jakari Patterson makes a touchdown-saving tackle. First down Comets, but still running clock, and there's no real hurry for the Comets.
Snap is back. Will Adams fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. Tosses it, and it is picked off the hands of the intended receiver, and number 1, Sincere Jones, takes it back into Princeton territory, and he's tackled by none other than Matt Sora. First turnover for the night for the Colerain Cardinals.
Colerain Cardinals will have 1 timeout, 22 seconds to try to matriculate the ball 46 yards toward the line of game. Eric Phillips, all sorts of pressure, forces an errant pass by Will Adams, trying again for Tanner New. It's off of his hands, right into the hands of Sincere Jones. And again, Matt Sora, Mr. Everything for the Mason Comets.
Making tackles, breaking tackles, he can do it all.
I'm surprised he doesn't kick.
He's a special football player.
Yes,
no doubt about
the
it.
Comets are sorely going to miss him when his time is through.
Yep. So 22 seconds left, 1 timeout.
You got to think, well, Mason Comets are double teaming Javon Hicks on this play.
That's not a surprise. I mean, they got to believe if they're going to throw the ball, that's what they're going to do. Gunnar drops back, looks to pass. He's got pretty good protection. He rolls. He's going to throw it, and it is incomplete. Intended for Javon Hicks, but thrown kind of low and into the ground, so no play there. 8 seconds come off the clock, 14 seconds remain in the first quarter.
I think the Cardinals, you don't necessarily need a touchdown here. You have a timeout, maybe work the middle of the field, set yourself up at the 30, 35-yard line, try for a long field goal.
And you absolutely can do that with Chris Mangold. There's no doubt about it. So a little bit of confusion offensively. J.J. Davis off the field. Sincere Jones lines up. Snap is back. Gunnar drops back. Looks to pass. He's got some room down the field. He throws it. It is incomplete. Intended once again for Javon Hicks on a crossing pattern. 8 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and again, Comets double teaming Hicks, and if you're playing a zone, that play works well. What the Cardinals were trying to do, they ran Josh Huber and Sincere Jones in that trips package. They just ran them on verticals, try to clear out space. Javon Hicks coming out underneath, runs an out at about the 30-yard line, but again, the double team doesn't really allow that play to be open.
So punting out. Ivan Pace comes in. J.J. Davis comes in.
Cardinals
Huber out.
Cardinals are going to have to hurry to get this play out.
Yep, 6 seconds. Here comes Sincere Jones. He's staying in the game.
They're just going to take the penalty.
Nope, they're going to call a timeout.
I guess with 8 seconds.
Timeout.
You can't. I take the penalty there. That timeout is valuable if it's in the middle of the field, but.
Well, I think I think Coach Bolton is trying to find that home run shot. To your point, I agree with you. I try and work the ball, on slipping a tight end out or something in the middle of the field, and then calling timeout immediately and giving Chris Mangold a chance to kick. Now, with no timeout, you have to go to the end zone.
Or somewhere close to the end zone and try to make some plays in the open field.
Right. Either way, even if they don't score, to go into halftime up 21-0 on Mason is exactly where they want to be, and I'll tell you that they're lucky to be there given the penalty situation and given how well the Mason defense rebounded there, and to your point, Brandon, really owned the second quarter. The Colerain offense was really
short field after short field, but the Comets could not cash in at all.
And that's got to be frustrating, right? That's got to be a little bit demoralizing for the Comets to have those many opportunities and not be able to cash in and get 80 points on the board. So now we've got, once again, the I formation, 8 seconds.
So either the Cardinals are just going to be content to run the ball, they're going to do something tricky here.
They're going to hand the ball off to Ivan Pace. He's going to fall down, and that is going to be the final play.
I'll tell you what, the Cardinals
of the first half.
Cardinals with a fantastic finish to the half after a fantastic start. And after one half of play here at Princeton High School, it's the Colerain Cardinals 21, the Comets of Mason 0.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the pride of Colerain Township, the Colerain Cardinal Marching Band. The Cardinal Band is under the direction of Jacob Page, with assistant directors Glenn Greenwood and John Boyce. With assistants from Josh Reedy, Josh Strange, Brian Rucola, Kyle Hudson, and Amanda Morris, and Brittany Soto. The band strives to represent the Colerain community in the classroom and in every performance on the field, including successful performances at the Bellbrook, Lebanon, Miamisburg, and Mason Band Invitationals, as well as the Mid-States Band Association Class 3A Championships at Kings High School this past Saturday. Tonight, under the field direction of drum majors David Funky and Brianna Whittle, the Cardinal Band presents, for your halftime enjoyment, Funky Town and Land of a Thousand Dances.
And we are back here at halftime as the Colerain Cardinals lead the Mason Comets 21-0 here at Princeton High School. We got some other scores around the state of Ohio in other playoff regional semifinal action. The winner of this game tonight will play the winner of Sycamore St. Xavier. The St. Xavier Bombers lead the Sycamore Aviators 14-7 in a very close matchup between those two teams. Interesting stat from that game. The throwing team, St. X, has more rushing yards than the running team, Sycamore. The running team, Sycamore, has more passing yards than the throwing team, St. X.
It's the playoffs, man. Crazy things happen.
Up in the Columbus-Dayton region, Region 3, Pickerington Central leads Hilliard-Bradley at halftime, 21-17. Pickerington North taking on Centerville. It was a 7-0 game in favor of Pickerington North. Then a pick six, followed by another pick six, and then another score, Pick North up on top of Centerville, 28-0. Up in Region 2, the Toledo and Northern Columbus District, Lewis Center Olentangy leads Toledo Whitmer 17-10.
Whitmer is the number 1 seed in that region.
In Region 1, the Cleveland, Canton, Akron area, Cleveland, Lakewood St. Edwards trails the Mentor Cardinals 14-10 at halftime, and the state number 1 poll champions, the Cleveland St. Ignatius Wildcats, lead the Euclid Panthers 10-0 at halftime. In the lower divisions, Region 8, the Division 2 for the Cincinnati area, Winton Woods leads Anderson 52-15. 52, and they're still.
That's a halftime score?
It's not even halftime yet. Winton Woods has 52 points. Anderson scored a touchdown right before, with a minute left in the half. Winton Woods took back the ensuing kickoff, 96 yards.
I'll tell you what, if that score holds, which you have to believe it will, and you'll get to the LaSalle score here in a minute, there's going to be quite a game next week.
LaSalle, the aforementioned Cincinnati LaSalle, leads Sydney at halftime, 34-0, setting up a big D2 matchup next week.
Winton Woods versus LaSalle.
Elsewhere in the Cincinnati region in the lower divisions, in Division 5, CHCA leads Middletown Madison 13-7, and West Jefferson leads Reading 21-7. Those are your halftime scores from around the area and up north in Division 1. Your first half stats for the Mason Comets and Colerain Cardinals here at Viking Stadium. Scores 21-0 in favor of the Cardinals. Cardinals have 10 first downs to the Comets 5. Comets have 66 yards rushing on 22 attempts. Cardinals 231 yards, 26 attempts, just 18 yards passing for the Comets on 3 of 7 passing. No passing yards for the Colerain Cardinals. Total offense, 29 plays for the Comets for 84 yards, 29 plays for the Colerain Cardinals for 231 yards. I think the Cardinals have a higher average.
Indeed they do.
Neither team has recovered a fumble. 1 punt return for 23 yards for the Mason Comets. 2 kickoff returns for 14 yards. 1 kickoff return for the Colerain Cardinals for 20. 1 interception by the Colerain Cardinals, which they returned 22 yards. 2 punts for the Comets, averaging 36 yards each. 2 punts for the Cardinals, averaging 35.5 yards a kick. 1 fumble for the Colerain Cardinals.
One fumble lost,
which they recovered.
No,
they did not recover.
Yeah,
One
that's
fumble
right.
lost.
1 fumble lost.
That was it there. Somehow the stats have 1 fumble lost, but no fumble returns for either team. But either way. Penalty yardage, 1 penalty on the Mason Comets for 10 yards, but that was a very big penalty on the punt return that really flipped the field position for them. 4 penalties on the Colerain Cardinals for 44 yards. Time of possession, the Mason Comets, 12 minutes and 17 seconds. The Colerain Cardinals, 11 minutes and 43 seconds, so very even on time of possession. Your individual leaders, Matt Sora for the Mason Comets has 66 yards on 16 attempts with a long of 20. He's averaging 4 yards a carry. Logan Dalton, Will Adams, both are averaging less than a yard per carry. For the Colerain Cardinals, Ivan Pace Jr. with 13 carries for 111 yards and 2 touchdowns. That long run of 37 yards, he's averaging 8.5 yards a carry. Gunnar Leyendecker, not to be outdone, 8 attempts, 71 yards, 1 long 40-yard touchdown. He has 8.9 yards a carry for the Colerain Cardinals. Deontay Smith-Moore, 1 carry, 23 yards. J.J. Davis, 2 carries, 13 yards, a long of 17. Passing, Will Adams is 3 of 7 for 18 yards and 1 interception. Gunnar Leyendecker 0 for 3, and he wants that one back. Javon Hicks had an 89-yard touchdown he just dropped. Receiving, 3 different receivers with a catch, 1 catch for the Comets. Austin Croyd, Tanner New, Caden Niehaus, all with 1 catch, none of which was over 8 yards. Lawson Sandusky, 2 punts, 71 yards, a long of 42. Reed Naglick, 2 punts, 72 yards, long of 46. 1 punt return for Matt Sauer for 23 yards. No punt returns for the Colerain Cardinals. Kick returns, Tyree Mazzell with 1 return for 10 yards for the Comets. J.J. Davis, 1 kick return for 20 yards. Defensive stats for the Cardinals and Mason Comets. Unknown has 5 total tackles and a tackle for loss for the Mason Comets. I have no idea who Unknown is.
I don't know either.
Must not be in the roster. That's why he has the unknown. Camden Wood, 2 unassisted, 2 assisted tackles, 4 tackles for the Comets. Cole Pierce with 4 tackles, and Jake Ratcher with 3 tackles for the Comets. For the Colerain Cardinals, we said he was playing as a man on a mission these past couple weeks. Dan Bowden, 8 first-half tackles, including 1.5 tackles for loss. Ivan Pace, not to be done with his offense, he's showing his defense. He had 6 total tackles, 1 for loss. Luke Bolden with 6 tackles. Deshaun Pace with 4 tackles himself. Scoring summary, at the 10-11 mark of the first quarter, Gunnar Leyendecker on a keeper went 40 yards. Chris Mangold field goal kept a 5-play, 69-yard drive that took just under 2 minutes. 7-0 Cardinals to start the game. Ivan Pace Jr. would take the next touchdown, just 4 yards for the touchdown. It was a 4-play, 63-yard drive that took 1 minute and 19 seconds. And at 6:38 mark of the first quarter, the Cardinals were up to a 14-0 lead. And then right before half, the 1:33 mark, Ivan Pace Jr., 37-yard touchdown, capped a 7-play, 68-yard drive that took just under 3 minutes to score. 21-0 Cardinals. Chris Mangold added extra points on every attempt. And that brings us to our halftime score here at Princeton High School Viking Stadium, Pat Mancuso Field. Your Colerain Cardinals 21, the Comets and Mason 0.
Well done, Brandon. Missing Dad this week, but did a fantastic job.
We would like to thank normal contributor Brian Wyatt for his input on the emails and YouTube chat line here live on wearecolerain.com. He has effectively killed the chat because his intelligence level.
He comes into a room and everybody else leaves. So the clock reached triple zeros. We're getting ready to start the second half here. Once again, Mason won the toss and they deferred, so they will get the ball to start the second half, trailing 21-0. Kind of the keys to the second half, for me at least, for Colerain defensively, they just got to keep doing what they're doing. They're playing at such a high level, and they're doing such an excellent job holding Mason scoreless here in the first half. Offensively, the Cardinals just need to continue to plug away with what they're doing. Give credit to Mason's defense. They really turned it around in the second quarter there.
So you were telling me your keys for the defense, keep doing what you're doing. Keys for the offense, keep doing what you're doing.
Well, what do you get? It's 21-0. I mean, right? The concern for me, if I'm Colerain, is the penalties, right? Because there's been 2 personal fouls, there's been a face mask, there's just some sloppy things that you want to try and avoid that could play a factor later in the game.
Tyree Mazzell and Matt Sora back deep for the Comets. Interesting to see what the Cardinals do here. They've kicked 1 deep, they popped up 1 short, and then they accidentally kicked 1 out of bounds. What do they do here on the opening kickoff in the second half?
Mangold approaches it, and second half is underway. It's kind of a line drive kick, and it's caught right at about the 22-yard line. Taken up to the 30, out to the 35. And that's pretty much the case as it is every week with every kickoff. Opposing team's going to start off right around the 35, and that's exactly where Mason will get it. First down and 10 to start the second half.
Yeah, Tanner New tried to find a seam there, the up back who caught it, and he just couldn't get free. Good tackle in open field by the Cardinal special teams.
Thanks again for joining us here live. If you're listening or watching on wearecolerain.com, this is Chris Himanitis with Brandon Wyatt and Mike Rourke in the booth tonight, bringing you regional semifinal action. Fakes the handoff. Will Adams keeps it, runs around to the left side. He's going to pick up about 5 yards on that first down run. Pretty simple, direct play there. Nothing too fancy.
Just a read option on the keeper by Will Adams, and he shows his speed up the middle. And we saw that play early in the first half, but he tried to go outside, and Ivan Pace got him for a 7-yard loss. This time, he smartly tucks it inside and picks up 5 yards on the first down.
So it all comes down to halftime adjustments. Let's see what this Mason offense is going to try and do. Gives the handoff to Matt Sora, and there's a tackle in the backfield for a loss.
No, they're not going to say he was down.
Wow.
He spun around, stayed on his feet. Matt Sora has some fantastic balance.
He really does.
Dan Bolden had him tackled in the backfield for about a 3-yard loss. He spun around, stayed on his feet, and gets back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, Dan never let go, but to your point, his knees didn't touch the ground, and Matt he kept moving. Like I said,
Dan Bolden is playing outside of himself right now.
Yeah, he really is. And watching the matchup between him and Sora is it's a tremendous treat. So here we go. In the backfield now. Will Adams takes the handoff, rolls, looks to his left, passes it. It is intended for, and I'm not sure, it looks like the catch was made, or are they saying it was incomplete?
So what they're going to say is number 88 on the pass, Christian Hutchinson, he caught it. If we get another look here on Waycross, he caught that flood pattern as he was going out of bounds, but he didn't secure the catch until his body was on the out of bounds line. Therefore, even though he caught it, it's incomplete. No, they're going to say it just bounced off the replay. No, that bounce was incomplete. Take away everything I just said there. The ball just hit the ground.
I wasn't really listening because I was watching Kastner lose his mind over there. As well he should. He's trying to stand up for his player. They're working hard. They're down 3 scores, but if the ball bounced off the ground,
on the opposite side of
that.
I thought he caught it. That's why I thought that was.
I thought he did too.
That's why I thought the call was, but they're going to call that it hit the floor first.
And incomplete. It did on the replay. You saw it. So 4th down now. Mason forced to punt. Snap is back. Punt is off. It's a good punt. Javon Hicks, it's kicked away from him. He's going to stay away from it. It takes a Mason bounce inside the 20, and it's going to be down right at about the 15-yard line. And that's where Colerain will take over. Their offense, for the first time this half, will get the ball up 3 scores, 21-0.
And Coach Kastner will be upset trying to defend his player. But according to Tony Suarez, the man in the booth for Waycross, that ball did more than likely hit the ground from
his the carpet, okay. Well, again, it's one of those things where we talked about it early in the game. If you're Mason, you're down 3 scores. You're certainly not out of this game. By no means are you out of this game. Very still much in this game. When do you start doing the kinds of things that maybe you're not overly comfortable with? There's the replay. You can see, oh, yeah. He tried to get his hands underneath it, but didn't.
And that's why this is a big series for the Comets.
There's fakes the handoff. Gunnar Leyendecker keeps it, runs around the right side. He's got some room, and he's going to try and make a few guys miss, and he does. He's still on his feet. He's got one man to beat. Let's see if he can get by him. He takes it all the way down.
Still on his feet.
Unbelievable. Gunnar Leyendecker cannot be taken down.
Still on his feet.
He's into Mason territory, and he is going all the way.
Still on his feet. He lost the ball.
Let's see what happened here. He takes the ball inside the 5-yard line and fumbles it, coughs it up, and Mason recovers inside their own 5-yard line. So what would have been an unbelievable run by Gunnar Leyendecker. Well, it was an unbelievable run regardless.
Cut the ball back upfield, cut it across the other way, cut it back the other way, and then he goes 82 yards. Unfortunately for Gunnar Leyendecker, he needed to go 84 for a touchdown. The ball is stripped near the goal line. Comets recover. They take over at their own 5-yard line.
That has got to be, I'm sure Gunnar is sick to his stomach, having taken it all the way down that far and then losing it.
He's at least out of breath. He went on one side of the field, back across the other side of the field, to the other side of the field, back across the other field, stand on his feet, and fumble the football.
Let's get to this play real quick here. So 1st down and 10 for the Mason Comets on their own 5-yard line. There's a handoff to Sora. He's got it. He takes it out past the 10, all the way up to about the 12, maybe the 13. We'll see where they mark it. At the end of that play, as Gunnar's coming off the field, his head is held low. He's trying to get pepped up by his guys, and we saw exactly what we'd expect to see. Tom Bolden walked right up to him, put his arm around him, patted him on the helmet as if to say, hey, forget about it. It's done. It was a great run. We let it go. We'll get it back. So that was a 7-yard run on 1st down. So 2nd down and 3 for Mason. There's the handoff once again to Sora. He spins in the backfield.
He has got such great balance. Dan Bolden again had him on the backfield. He spins off, catches himself with his hand, falls forward for Mason Comets 1st down.
Yeah, very, very impressive.
Dan Bolden has done what he's in the backfield. He tackles him around the ankles, but Matt Sora's balance just stays on his feet and falls forward for the 1st down.
And once again, give credit to the Mason defense, never giving up, chasing down Gunner on that last play for Colerain. I mean, he was 2 yards away from the end zone, and they could have quit, and they didn't. So as a result, they stopped the score. They turned the ball over again, get it back, hand off one more time to Sora. He takes it around on a speed run.
He fumbled the football, and the Cardinals are on top.
Well, there's another turnover, and I'm not sure this has become a turnover fest here, but the defense for the Cardinals now step up and give the offense the ball back inside the 30-yard line, and that's where Colerain will take over.
And Luke Bolden, I think, as the Cardinal comes up with it, we see another replay. Just a stretch play to the left of the defense. He's got a good space, goes there, but Eric Phillips gets a hand on him, knocks the ball loose.
Yep.
Luke Bolden went from complaining about being held from behind to recovering the football on that play. Cardinals take over on the Comets 25.
So great play for number 9, Eric Phillips, the junior linebacker.
And that was all Eric Phillips. That was a good 7-8 yard play. He got a hand on him. Again, Matt Sora shows his balance, staying on his feet, but as he's going to close on the tackle with his other arm to make the wrap up, he punches the ball out, and the Cardinals recover.
First down and 10 at the Mason 17-yard line.
It's the 25.
No, I'm sorry, 25-yard line. Yep, you're right. So there's the handoff to Ivan Pace right up the middle. He's going to make one man miss, and he's going to go into the end zone untouched. Touchdown, Cardinals! Ivan Pace Jr.
And what a backbreaker that is for the Mason Comets. You get the big turnover, stopped a big play, but you give up the ball right back to the Cardinals, and they strike on the first play back.
You know, it's interesting. When you watch Ivan run, and again, we talked about how angry he runs. You can see the replay here on Waycross. It's a very different style than Matt Sora. They're both very effective in how they do it. So it's a real treat to be able to get to see both these young men kind of work their craft in their own special way.
The Ponting with the snap. Martini with the hold. Good hold by Martini. Mango gets the kick up, and it's good. And at the 8:57 mark of the third quarter, it's the Colerain Cardinals 28. Mason Comets 0. And I'll tell you what, Nick Martini, is that Nick?
I thought it was Sandusky. I think it was Lawson Sandusky on the hold.
No, that's Martini.
Oh, was it? Okay. Yeah, that was a good hold because that ball was snapped to the right of him. He had to almost pull it around back in front.
I just can never remember. The Martinis, they're twins. They played basketball. One no longer plays football. The one is the holder.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's Nick who plays. There's the holder. I can't remember. A Martini twin. Won the hold, made a fantastic play on that extra point.
We don't have the holder on the depth chart?
Yes, the holder is not on the depth chart.
Oh, well, I will get with the coaching staff, and we'll get the holder on there. Yeah, I mean, he might be, honestly, maybe the most pivotal guy in the entire thing.
Let's not exaggerate. But,
I know. They're all important.
But to your point, you talk about Ivan
Pace versus Sora.
You know, Sora brings this kind of balance, this hard nose. He's still going to put his head down and go. He's still going to put his head down and go, but he's got such balance, and he can make things happen in open space.
Yes.
Ivan Pace is the opposite way. He's just going to go right through you, power, speed, power.
He's more of a one-cut guy, right?
And it's really kind of a pretty runner, but a hard-nosed runner, kind of more of a balanced attack than really just pure power from Ivan Pace.
Quick score update here. We just got handed this from Adam Baum of the Inquirer. X is up 28-7 over Sycamore.
Onside kick attempt for the Cardinals is just brought in.
Mason recovered the ball at the 44-yard line. So trying to see if they could get the Comets snoozing a little bit and did a little pop-up. Nice kick. Unfortunately, the Cardinals just couldn't quite pull it in. So it'll be first down and 10 for Mason at their own 44-yard line. Trailing 28-0 against this Colerain defense that has just been, again, they've now gone, they've gone, 6 quarters without allowing a point in playoff play. 4 wide receivers set for Mason, so here's where we start seeing things a little different. They're just trying to spread out the defense because they're handing the ball off to Sora. He takes it, stays on his feet. He needed 10. I think he got 8. So good run by Matt Sora. I mean, he's going to have well over 100 yards by the end of this game, but it's a lot of running in between the 20s, and there's a very high flag thrown into the air. Obviously, this official here saw something he did not like. And we have a dead ball personal foul against Colerain. That's the 3rd personal foul against Colerain tonight.
Yeah, it was awful late, and the two.
It was incredibly late. Both teams weren't even next to each other.
Yeah, no one was close to each other, so he must have said something to the referee. But 15-yard penalty on the Cardinals.
Well, and as any good referee should do, he's come to the sideline and he's explained to Tom what it was and who did it. So he knows, so Coach Bolden knows. Unfortunately, it's going to cost Colerain 15 more yards in penalties, and it's going to take Mason all the way down to the Colerain 38-yard line.
And just by the substitutions here, I'm going to say the penalty was on Luke Bolden because he's coming out of the game.
I'm guessing so. Oh, yeah. Daddy Bolden is not happy with son. Snap is back. Will Adams looks to pass. He throws it deep across the middle. It is caught and into the end zone. Touchdown, Mason. Their first points of the night comes on a 38-yard touchdown pass by Will Adams.
Austin Croy on the post pattern. It looked like Sincere Jones thought he was going to get safety help underneath by Deshaun Pace, so he kind of gives the inside to Croy, but Pace is not there, and Austin Croy's in for 6 points.
Good play call, good execution by the Mason Comets to put some points on the board, and I don't know what this is.
It's the muddle huddle.
Okay.
And now they're going to reset and come over.
Why? Explain to me why you do that. You don't know? I don't know either. Sorry.
It's like one of those teams, they line up and then they fake run into the kickoff and then run back. I never understood it.
Okay. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is
up.
up.
And it's good. And at the 8:31 mark of the third quarter, it's the Colerain Cardinals 28, the Mason Comets 7.
And again, kudos on the great play call for Mason to do that. But, so two things happen on that series. One, you give him a gift of 15 yards that you shouldn't have done. Shame on you. And then at the same point, you tried to get the pooch kick, maybe get it early, surprise there. That didn't work out. So not the greatest defensive series for the Cardinals, but they've done enough this game that they could afford to make a couple of mistakes.
I'll tell you one thing. Luke Bolden is not going to have a nice time at home after that play. He's the son of the head coach Con Bolden, and he made the dumb penalty there, and he definitely got an earful when he came to the sidelines. Will probably get an earful on tonight when they both get home.
Yeah, I'm sure. And it's I imagine it's very tough being the son of a head coach. I mean, you probably get a little bit more pressure on you at home than what any other kid gets. So.
And it's not just like a put down. It's just you got to be smarter.
You're leading 28-0. There's no need to do anything. Whatever he did, maybe it was something he said. Who knows? But Luke's a fiery guy. Can't imagine where he gets it from. But he's a fiery guy, and he said or did something dumb. And when you're up 4 scores, there's just no need for that. You got to be smarter. He's a junior. He'll learn.
Comets will kick it deep. J.J. Davis will take it about his own 7-yard line.
Takes it up to the 10, to the 15, makes a cut to the 20. 25, still on his feet. He's going to be tackled out of bounds right at about the 25-yard line, and that's where Colerain's offense will take over. First down and 10. Now with their 4-touchdown lead cut to 3, maybe you think Gunnar Leindecker's got another big run in it maybe, and hold on to the ball this time and take it
outside of the last possession where they got the ball off the turnover and this might be one of the best starting field positions. I saw a lot of times in that first and second quarter where the drive started inside the
3?
Inside the 3, inside the 16. So
yeah. Out to the 25, the Cardinals will be happy to take it. I still feel sick for Gunnar on that run. I mean, that was a 60-yard run that would have been in.
84-yard run.
Was it? Oh, my goodness gracious. That's right. They were back at the 16. There's the handoff to Ivan Pace, and he takes it right up the middle. He follows one of his blockers. He's running amidst 4 different guys from Mason, still on his feet. Still on his feet. Why would they blow the whistle there? They blew the whistle, called it dead. Ivan Pace spun out of the tackle and was taking off down the field. These referees, they're really kind of clueless tonight. His feet never stopped moving. They called the play dead, and now there's flags down the field. Ivan kind of tossed the ball up in the air in disgust as if to say, well, you got to be kidding me. And Tom's having a conversation with him saying, again, be smarter. But he's frustrated. I mean, there was no reason for that whistle to be blown.
There was another flag on the field as well, near about at the spot or the yard marker at which the tackle was made, but not at the spot where the tackle was made.
So we have a
dead ball personal foul on the Cardinals. So I guess that flag was.
So that's the 4th unsportsmanlike conduct personal foul type penalty that Colerain has suffered tonight, and I don't know. You'd think you get to this point of the postseason and you get a refereeing crew that
First down.
has really got it together. But these guys seem to just, they seem to have it out for some reason. So anyway, it's going to be 1st and 10. And it's going to be taken all the way back to the 20, because it was a spot foul, right? Taken all the way back to the 28-yard line. 25-yard line, excuse me.
Gunner takes it on the midline option and gets about a yard of the play.
That was a quarterback keeper, number 12, Gunner linebacker.
Ivan Pace was out on that play, again, having the obligatory conversation with the coaching staff about presumably that I believe the personal foul was on him because he, I guess, threw the ball in the air. I mean, he didn't say anything to anybody, so, again, we don't know. We're up here, but he wasn't around anybody because he was on his way to the end zone. He was 40 yards away. So 2nd down and 9.
Actually gave him to the 25, so.
Yep. Gunner under center. Gives the ball handoff one more time. Ivan Pace takes it, runs. He's met by a whole host of Mason defenders. They call the play dead there, out to the 26-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
Yep, just a straight give up, and I think Ivan Pace has got a little too much going there. He had a lot of success kind of moving with there, and he kind of stepped in that hole instead of just going on a straight line.
So Josh Huber comes out. Luke Ponting goes in on 3rd and 7. 10 seconds left on the play clock. 9, 8, 7. This has been an issue for the Cards offensively. Down to 5, 4, 3, 2. They do get the snap off. Gunner drops back. Looks at pass. Throws it across the middle. And it is caught by DSM all the way up to the 40. Let's see where they mark it. The 48-yard line. 1st down, Colerain Cardinals. That's a great play call.
It's not going to be a 1st down. It'll be a holding penalty. Illegal man downfield on the Colerain Cardinals.
That's the 2nd time they've called illegal man downfield against the Cardinals. We haven't had that call against us all year. I haven't seen it one time.
Must have been a point of emphasis for the refs coming into this game because, like you said, 2nd time we've seen it tonight on the Colerain Cardinals.
So now the ball is back. It's a
22-yard line.
Yep, it's a 3rd down and 11 now. Cardinals just can't seem to get out of their own way. This game is not over by any stretch of the imagination. 6 minutes left to go, up 28-7. There's a pass out, caught by J.J. Davis. Let's see if he can make a couple of guys miss. He does. Plants his foot, but good tackle by number 50.
Not before he picks up the 1st down.
That's right. J.J. Davis turned on the Jets and got the 1st down.
And we get another look. Watch on this replay on Waycross. Watch number 6, Deontay Smith-Moore, get ahead of this play. You can see him coming to the screen right here, right in front of Deontay. Deontay Smith-Moore made that play, and the most excited I've seen, other than being angry at his players, most excited positive thing, one of the positive things, Coach Bowden went right to Deontay Smith-Moore after the play and said, that was you on that play. He made the block that sprung that play open.
So the Cardinals get out of their own way on that particular series and convert the 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line now. 5 minutes and 38 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. There's Gunner, takes the ball, hands it off to Ivan, takes it right up the middle. He's going to pick up about 3 or 4 yards on the play. Again, the clock is their friend. There's no need to rush.
And 2 things went wrong for the Cardinals, even though they picked up 4 yards. Ivan Pace kind of slowed in the hole because he lost it. Lost the handle, kind of had to slow down to make sure he secured the football. But also by formation, and the Cardinals, Gunner linebacker sent a man in motion in the formation. They don't send a man in motion in. So a little confusion. So there probably wasn't going to be a pitch man on that play.
Yep, lined up again in the I formation. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Gunner gives the handoff one more time to Ivan Pace Jr., and he's off to the races. Stays on his feet, gets tackled, but not before he takes it all the way down inside the Mason 20-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Cardinals at the Mason 17-yard line.
And this is just inside veer. Rusty Feth opens it up in the middle, and Ivan Pace Jr. up the middle, and he's just got to slow down because the safety's in front to cut it back, and he gets out in the open field, stiff arm to stay on his feet, but he gets tackled by the man coming from the other way.
Remember, folks, he's the fullback. He's not the speed back. If J.J. Davis or Sincere Jones have that opportunity, it may turn out differently. Gunner linebacker drops back to pass on 1st down. He looks. He passes it. It is not caught in bounds.
It's a
J.J. Davis caught it, but couldn't quite
Yeah.
get his feet down.
Post wheel there for the Cardinals there in the back side of the play. J.J. Davis makes the catch fantastically, but he never gets a foot in bounds, and that's just a mistake there by Connor Leyendecker that he'll get a coaching up to tomorrow in film because Javon Hicks was wide open on the post.
Oh, was he? Okay.
Even if he wasn't wide open, he's one-on-one, and J.J. Davis had 2 guys on him.
So 2nd down and 10 now at the Mason 18-yard line. Snap is the handoff right across the middle once again to Ivan Pace Jr. And at this point, you just kind of have to give the ball to Ivan. He's into the end zone standing up. I don't see an official. Do we have a touchdown?
No, yeah, he's in. They signaled the touchdown.
Okay, touchdown Cardinals. Ivan Pace Jr. once again put 6 more on the board and put the Cardinals up 34-7. Gets through the initial push there on the defensive line. Follows Javon Hicks, blocks, and goes right into the end zone.
And this is an interesting little play. Both the defender kind of hit him, and Ivan Pace kind of gave up the goal line. He's already in the end zone. Defender kind of lightly hit him because he gave up because he was in the end zone, but he's in this touchdown for 6 points.
Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up by Chris Mangold. And for the 5th time tonight, he's perfect, 5 for 5 tonight. And the Colerain Cardinals, with 4:29 left to go in the 3rd quarter, have widened the lead back to 4 touchdowns and lead 35-7. A couple of shout-outs to some folks in the chat room real quick. Buddy Campbell, thank you for watching and listening. And Ruth Himonitis, my dear mother, thank you so much. Mom,
and what you saw in that replay here on Waycross, and Ivan Pace obviously finished out the play. The 2 people that aren't going to get, or the 3 people aren't going to get credit on that inside veer handoff.
Well, they're going to get it because you're going to give it to them.
I'm going to give it to them. The strong side off the offensive line there. Ace Aaron Schwender and Rusty Feth double team the defensive tackle.
So Ace Aaron Schwender,
the center,
sophomore center.
Rusty Feth, the guard, double team the interior lineman, take him up. Ace Aaron Schwender comes off up to the 2nd level. TJ Ganella from the tackle position comes down, veer blocks the linebacker, and it allows Ivan Pace
to walk in, literally walk in untouched.
Untouched.
So despite the penalties,
I say this is because we heard from earlier, Kennedy Cook, his dad, one of the offensive line coaches, can tell you they work on that all day in practice, all day in the summer. That play side, double team the interior, veer block to the tackle up, and open up the space for the option, the fullback for the touchdown.
So Mango gets his foot underneath it. It's another pop-up. It's going to be caught right at the 35-yard line. Tackle made by Colerain. It'll be 1st down and 10 for Mason at their own 35-yard line, trailing 35-7. Brandon, are there any score updates? You try to do some digging now, see what we can find?
St. Xavier has opened it up. They lead 28-7 over the Cincinnati Sycamore Aviators.
Is there another Sycamore that I don't know about? Not in Cincinnati? I know you're reading off a tweet, and some of the statewide Twitter accounts.
Thanks for giving more credit than I deserve. I just messed that up.
That's fine. All right, 1st down again. 3 wide receivers split now wide. Fakes the handoff. Will Adams throws it deep down the middle of the field. There's an open receiver, number 5. It is incomplete over his head. Not by much, though. This is what we'd expect to see. This is that time in the game where you trail by 4 touchdowns. You expect to see Mason try and open it up a little bit. That was a nice throw by Will Adams. Just a little too long for the intended receiver.
Tanner Canoe was there. Javon Hicks hit him as he was going to catch it, but the ball was just overthrown. But it goes incomplete, and Cardinals aren't going to like that. That's something they'll have to prove next week if they hold on here.
So 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs in the backfield. There's a speed pitch, or excuse me, a rush by number 5, Ivan Pace. Forced Will Adams to throw that ball a little bit sooner than what he wanted to, and it's going to fall incomplete, so it'll be 3rd down and 10.
It's a good play call. Will Adams and the Comets have what they want. They have the Cardinal defense suckered up, going to throw a screen underneath it, but Ivan Pace's pressure just gets to him, and he can't get a good throw, and it falls incomplete. Cardinals bring out their dime package, so J.J. Davis will come in as a extra safety. Dan Bowden and Luke Bowden will Dan Bowden and Ivan Pace will slide down to defensive ends. Luke Bowden and Eric Phillips drop back. Deontay Smith-Moore comes in as your middle linebacker. Rusty Feth in as the nose guard.
So Will Adams drops back, look to pass. Massor drops out, tried to be kind of involved. He's got plenty of time because of that dime package. Here comes the pressure. There's a pass deep, and it is caught by number 5 of the Mason Comets, Tanner Canoe. It'll be a 1st down Comets And kind of shame on the Cardinal defense for letting that ball get over their head and let him get behind
They
him.
brought that package in,
Yep.
and that was a two-man rush, drop back 9 in coverage. Ivan Pace playing defensive end, drop to cover like this, the flat safety valve. Scramble around. If you give anyone that much time, someone just going to make a small mistake, and Tanner Canoe gets wide open and over the top of Javon Hicks, and he picks up the first down.
All the way down to the Colerain 29-yard line now. Under 4 minutes to play. There's a handoff to Sora. Oh, no, he faked it, kept it himself to Will Adams. He's going to pick up about 2 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 8.
Really not a sense of urgency, though, coming from the Mason Comets. It's a good play here by Will Adams to kind of try to slip through, but a better play by Eric Phillips to keep contained, and Luke Bolden and Ethan Stout clean it up on the interior.
Yeah, it's a great call, right? Because you get Colerain back on their heels. You hit a huge pass play.
You're also down 4 scores with limited time. You don't know how many possessions you got to get. If you're the Comets, you got to get going fast.
You get moving a little bit quicker here. I mean, you have some play calls ready to go. So here we go. Snap is back. It's a high snap. Handoff to Sora. He takes it across the middle. Good opening moves. He's still on his feet. Picks up enough for the first down inside the Colerain 20 down to the 18-yard line where it'll be first down and 10. And here's again where you expect to see Mason kind of get up to the line, be ready to go, snap the ball, keep this Colerain defense on their heels, get them tired.
And it's kind of one of the sayings the Cardinals have had this year. It's all gas, no brakes. And
that's right.
Right now we're kind of seeing some breaks from this Cardinal defense, not really getting to play downhill.
Yep.
And the Mason Comets are threatening.
Hand off to Matt Sora. He takes it, runs wide, wants to pick up a few yards, and he does, stays on his feet. Boy, he's such a good player. He's such a good runner. He's going to pick up about 7 yards on that play, maybe 8. We'll see where they spot it. It looks like they're going to be at the Colerain 12-yard line.
And again, this is all they want to do, just a simple stretch play and let Matt Sora and choose the hole. He stretches it out, and picks up 6 yards on the play.
They moved quick on that last play. They're moving a little bit slower here. They've got 2 wide receivers split out wide to the right, 5 and 9. Offset I formation. Will Adams in the back, takes the ball, hands off one more time to Sora. He cuts it, takes it around, looking for the end zone. He's going to be very close, taken out of bounds, I'm guessing at about the 2-yard line. So the Colerain defense getting a little winded here. Matt Sora planting his feet, driving it, looking to put another touchdown on the board for the Mason Comets.
And this one just an inside handoff, following the trapping, pulling guard number 52. Chase Evans is playing some both ways for the Comets. Opens up the hole, and Sora's down close to the goal line.
So first down and goal at the 2-yard line for the Comets. There's a snap back to Will Adams, hands off to Matt Sora. He takes it, lowers his head.
Still not in.
He did not get in. I think he got it down to about the 1, but the Colerain defense once again stood up. Taj Robertson on that and prevented him from getting into the end zone.
Just a simple handoff again. Hat on hat, try to power through. Cardinals hold Sora up, and he's just short of the line to gain.
Great call there, or a great video capture by our Waycross team right on the goal line. So now it's third down and goal. Been here before.
Second down and goal.
Excuse me. Second down. Hands off. Lowers his helmet into the end zone. Touchdown Mason. Hard to hold out a running back like that for the entire game, and he's really shown it here in the third quarter where he's had a chance. They were trailing by 4 touchdowns. And now at 35-13, extra point pending, they're going to pull it back within 3.
Yep, just hat on hat. Going to push forward, and he doesn't get much, but he doesn't need much, and he falls into the end zone at the goal line for 6 points.
Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and kick is good. So with 1:24 left in the third quarter, it's Colerain 35, Mason 14.
With 1 minute 24 seconds left in the third quarter, Colerain 35.
Part of the challenge for the defense, and this may sound a little silly, is that they've been out on the field, it seems like a lot, because when we get the ball offensively, it seems like at least it's been a 3 and out or huge run plays that end up resulting in a score within 4 or 5 plays.
And the thing for that is those long run plays are Ivan Pace or Gunnar Leyendecker running the length of the field, and for the Colerain defense, that's Ivan Pace's running those long distances.
Yep.
And then having to turn around and play defense. The hazards for the Colerain Cardinals of playing players both ways, but depth issues forced that hand for the Cardinals this season. But the Cardinals still have a 3-score lead with just over a minute to play in the third quarter. Got to expect here that Mason might do something here, onside kick, pooch kick, try to make something happen here to keep momentum on their side.
You would think so. You put two touchdowns up on the board here in the third quarter after being shut out in the first half. You've definitely got some momentum. There's no doubt about it. Outscored Colerain 14-7 so far this quarter. Not many teams can say that in any given quarter against the Cards defense this year. No doubt about it.
Cardinals expecting the onside kick here.
Yep.
Now, if Mason kicked across this kicker's body, backside, there's not a lot. They got numbers against the side the kick is angled, but he's going to go where the kick is angled. Onside kick, recovered, still on his feet. And what's the number there? That's number 7, Luke Bolden, who recovers the onside kick. And if not for the shoestring tackle there, he might have returned that kick.
Yeah, so good hands by Luke Bolden, able to catch it. He caught it inside Mason territory, and the Colerain Cardinals will take over. First down and 10 at the Mason 46-yard line.
What he did there, he caught that inside of 10 yards, but what he didn't do is let that ball get a second bounce, take a funky hop. He just caught it off that first initial bounce, got control of it, and it's Cardinal football. If you can't hear it on the field mic right now, Coach Cutright is not happy with his defense.
There's a handoff to Ivan Pace, takes up the middle. He's going to pick up about 3, maybe 4 yards on the play.
That is Deontay Smith-Moore in at fullback, so they're giving Ivan Pace a blow here, giving him some rest here.
I'm sorry, who's on that carry?
Deontay Smith-Moore.
Oh, yep, you're right. That's a 6, not a 5.
He's also, again, about 4 inches.
I told you about the size.
4 to 5 inches shorter, about
He's not that much smaller than Ivan.
to 34 pounds lighter.
They're all in pads. So Deontay Smith-Moore in at fullback. Takes the ball, takes it across the middle. Going to pick up a few more yards on the play. It'll be third down and short. Call it 3 yards. Line to gain.
And again, just a simple handoff fullback up the middle. Deontay Smith-Moore gets it. And that's kind of the difference there between Deontay Smith-Moore at the fullback position and Ivan Pace. Those ones you think Ivan Pace kind of powers through. Deontay Smith-Moore might be able to run away, but not try to break through there. Cardinals dummy motion, try to get the jump off sides.
Yep, that was J.J. Davis in motion there. Under center, Gunnar Leyendecker takes the ball, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. Going to lower his head. He's going to be short of the first down. He's going to pick about a yard or 2 on the play. So this was an interesting call for the Cardinals. Really, I guess you could punt here.
They'll have a long time to think about it because that is the last play of the third quarter. And after 3 quarters of play here at Princeton High School Viking Stadium, it's your Colerain Cardinals 35, the Mason Comets 14. It'll be 4th down and 2 for the Colerain Cardinals at the Comet 38-yard line.
Obviously you're too far away to attempt a field goal. You got to feel confident that you can get the 2 yards on 4th down, but if you don't, you turn the ball over and give Mason fairly decent field position, although it's really not that much better than some of our kickoffs have been. So, got to believe they're going to go for it here.
They do that in muddle huddle. Every offensive player kind of out there, not really trying to give away if the special teams is coming out or the offense is staying on the field.
So Colerain, 12 minutes away with a 3-touchdown lead, 12 minutes away from earning a right to go back to the regional final in Division I for the first time since 2015. Of course, that was DeShante Jones' senior year at quarterback. It was a great run all the way up to the state semifinal, where they eventually fell to a very, very good Huber Heights Wayne team. But that was a real good season, and looking to try and replicate that.
So on 4th and 2, the Cardinals will send their offense out on the field, and it's the 2 Boldens out on the field at fullback, Ivan Pace in the back.
2 yards to go. Let's see if they can get it. There's the snap. They hand it to Ivan Pace. He takes it, follows his blocker, stays patient, gets the first down, and takes it all the way down to the 31-yard line of the Mason Comets. First down, Colerain.
And by formation, everyone knows where it's going, but when you have Rusty Feth, Taj Roberts, H. Aaron Swender, Luke Ponting, Bolden, Ivan Pace, it's almost
impossible to stop a 2-yard gain at that point. So first down and 10 for the Cardinals at the Mason 31-yard line. Again, just into the 4th quarter with a 35-14 lead. I formation. Gunner under center. Takes the ball. Hands it off once again to the fullback. He's going to take it up. Pick up about 4 yards on the play. So good run by Ivan Pace Jr., who
Deontay Smith-Moore on the fullback carry.
Yep, Ivan, I think, is done at fullback.
No,
I guess 218 yards and 4 touchdowns is enough.
Well, that's
on
also,
one night.
you give him a series off, make sure, because at this point, if you're Colerain, you think you've scored enough points if you trust your defense. And that's what he's going to put more faith in the defense to hold.
Yep. I formation, fakes the handoff to the fullback, pitches it to Sincere Jones. He tucks it. He's going to lower his helmet. He's going to get it out to the, let's see where they mark it. Where are they? Out to the 25-yard line, 26-yard line?
Coach Bolden not happy with that spot. He wanted it close to the 24. They're going to mark him about the 26. They say he stepped out of bounds before he got past the 25-yard line. And that's not a good spot at all.
No.
He didn't step out of bounds until the 26-yard line.
Yeah, that's a bad spot.
With the replay you see there on Waycross.
So 3rd down and 5 at the 26-yard line. Colerain not getting any fair treatment tonight from the guys in stripes, it seems. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds on the shot. There we go. Drops back. It's a long pass out to number 3, Josh Huber. He's got it. Makes a man miss. Cuts up. He's going to have it up for the first
still
down.
on his feet.
J.J. Davis takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals.
J.J. Davis. He's fast.
And he's in for 6. And that's exactly the kind of play call that you'd like to see made, where J.J. Davis is able to plant his foot and make people miss. He is a special player.
Just a simple bubble screen. Get your playmakers in space. Josh Huber with a fantastic block out ahead. Gets J.J. Davis in space, and then he makes the rest of the Comets myth, cutting back, splitting defenders in the land of 6 for the Cardinal touchdown.
41 points on the board for the Cardinals now. Mangold on for the extra point attempt.
Kick is up. Kick is good. And at the 10:46 mark of the 4th quarter, it's your Colerain Cardinals 42, the Comets of Mason 14.
So not that far off of what the score was in the first time these two teams met. It was 36-10, however, in that game. Chris Mangold, the offense kind of sputtered a little bit. Again, didn't have Ivan Pace that game, and you can see the difference that it makes when you've got your full complement of players. Chris Mangold kicked 3 field goals in that game in the first context, so maybe tonight those field goal opportunities got turned into touchdowns. So great run by J.J. Davis. You saw it there again on the Waycross replay.
Now there's a couple score updates. Clinton Massey leads Valley View 28-20.
Way to go, Clinton Massey.
Running clock now in St. X. They lead Sycamore 37-7. And Middletown Madison has turned it around. They were down 13-7. They now lead 35-13 over CHCA.
Wow. That is a turnaround. Love to hear some of those scores from
Reading has turned it around in their game. They now lead West Jefferson going into the 4th quarter.
Look at that.
Trotwood running clock now on Dayton Dunbar.
Chris Mangold's got the ball lined up at the 40, getting ready to kick off. Gets his foot underneath it, and it's a low line drive squib. Bounces it about the 20, picked up at about the 14. Taken up to the 20, the 25. Uh-oh, a man is loose. Taken down. See who was the man on that tackle. That was number 1, Sincere Jones. Touchdown saving tackle. The returner got through the initial wave and takes it out to the, let's see where they mark it. Looks like out to the 43-yard line. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Comets at their own 43-yard line.
And Tyree Mazzell just kind of takes it on a hop, waits patiently for his blockers to set up, and then he finds the gap in the Cardinal return coverage and gets a big gain. And I know he's a soccer player, but man, Chris Mangold was really lost on that play. It's the safety. He got twisted and turned. Good thing Sincere Jones was able to make sure nothing got by him.
Snap is back to Will Adams. There's a flag thrown. It is over the middle.
Nearly
intended for number 5. Nearly picked off by Jakari Patterson.
That flag out came out pretty quickly. So I got to think maybe it's some sort of formation or motion penalty.
I'm sorry. I won't make that joke.
Okay.
Did you know what I'm pointing at?
No, I missed it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an illegal formation on the Comets, and we'll repeat 1st down.
The line judge who threw his flag, he's explaining to the head judge what the call is, right? He immediately lifted his arm and pointed towards Colerain. It's almost like it's just been his natural inclination all night to point towards wherever the cards are, but he fixed it and pointed towards Mason. So 5-yard penalty against the Comets. First down and 15 now, back inside the 40, their own 40. Drop back does Will Adams, looks to pass. Going to tuck it and run for himself, found a hole. Back up to the original line of scrimmage. Gets tackled, but not before he gets almost enough for a first down. Needed 15. I think he got 14 into Colerain territory down to the 49-yard line.
And a really good play call by the Comets, just a quarterback draw with Will Adams. And even historically, the Cardinals defense have always really struggled with running quarterbacks, and Will Adams picks up 13 yards on the play.
So second down now. The handoff to Sora in the backfield. Makes 2 guys miss, makes 3 guys miss, and goodness gracious, how many hands do you have to get on him before he goes down? He's going to pick up the first down for the Comets and take it deeper into Colerain territory to the 42-yard line. First down and 10 for Mason. Under 10 minutes to go. Clock stopped as they move the chains. I mean, he's unbelievable. He made three guys miss in the backfield by really just kind of moving his feet a little bit.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything that you go wow, but he doesn't. Everything is just so well balanced as a running back.
It really is. Said Indiana State, they're getting themselves a good one. Fake the handoff. Will Adams keeps it, runs around, follows some of his blockers. He's going to pick up about 4 or 5 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 5. Just a timeout check here. Both teams with their full complement of 3 timeouts. So
again, not a lot of sense of urgency coming from Mason. I don't know if they've just relegated themselves to that they're not going to catch back up or what, but they're huddling. They're not really going too quickly.
So offset I formation. Will Adams in the backfield, in the shotgun. Matt Sora right behind him. Snap is back, takes the ball, hands off to Sora, and again, he's running hard. I'll tell you one thing I really impresses me about Matt Sora. He doesn't, we've got 9 minutes left here in the game. He doesn't seem like he's slowed down at all. No. I mean, there's no sense of him looking like he's got heavy feet when he runs.
And if not for a really good tackle here by Jakari Patterson, he's got a big gain. He gets a moderate gain. No, excuse me, that's Sincere Jones with a good tackle.
Got him where you need to get him, at his legs. Take his legs out from him, that way he can't run. So third down and 2 now. There's a handoff once again to Matt Sora. Once again he runs wide, and he gets hit out of bounds. He may not have gotten the first down.
It's going to depend on where they spot him, and the referee is already marking first down.
Wow, didn't even need to see the flag come back up. Just go ahead and give it to him. Oh. So first down for the Comets. Have you noticed they have that marker over there is a digital marker? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Eric Phillips making the tackle, pushing him out of bounds, but not before he picked up presumably just enough to pick up the first down. So first and 10 at the Colerain 32-yard line are the Mason Comets, finding some success here in the second half, running the football behind Sora. Snap is back. Will Adams looks to pass, passes over the middle. It is caught in the middle by New, down to the 25-yard line. Not enough for the first down, but picked up 8 on the play.
A good tackle by Deshaun Pace in the open field, but Will Adams showing why the University of Dayton gave him a football scholarship offer. Patiently sits in the pocket, finds this cross over the middle. Tanner Canoe pulls it in, but Deshaun Pace with a good open field tackle limits it to just an 8-yard gain.
The 2 wide receivers on either side, or excuse me, 2 running backs on either side of him in the backfield. In the shotgun, Will Adams drops back, looks at the passers, pressured by the Cardinals. He escapes all of it, stays on his feet. He's on his horse, and he's headed to the end zone, but he's going to be hit and knocked down at about the 2-yard line. But great escapability by Will Adams, and Mason is again knocking on the door to put another 6 points up.
Really good play by Will Adams. Cardinals bring the blitz. Dan Bolden up the middle. Deshaun Pace from the outside. He steps up in the pocket, gets underneath it, and if the Cardinals blitz, there's no one there underneath. He finds the open space, and a big hit here at the end by Sincere Jones.
So on the 2-yard line, he passes it. Tackle is missed. Intended for number 5. He reaches for the end zone, and they're going to give him the score. Presumably he wasn't down before he reached the football into the end zone, and Mason has put another 6 points on the board. I don't know what is it.
We get another look here on the replay. Tanner Canoe catches it. Cardinals just by formation missed him. Canoe stays on his feet, stretched it out, and gets the ball across.
So great escapability by Canoe to get that ball into the end zone, staying on his feet. Extra point attempt, third one of the half.
And we talked about them picking with the pace, and they did on that play, and that's what, as the kick is up. And it's good. And at the 7:25 mark of the fourth quarter, it's the Cardinals 42, the Comets 21. And we talked about trying to pick up the pace, and that's exactly what happened on that play. They picked up the pace, and by formation, the Cardinals rushing their goal line defense on the field forgot to cover Tanner Canoe. He's wide open. I don't even know if that was the original play call, but Will Adams smartly sees that Tanner Canoe is not covered. Cardinals recover in time to make contact with him, but Tanner Canoe makes a good play to fall forward into the end zone for 6 points.
Sean Cutright is having a conversation with Eric Phillips on the sidelines. I'm not sure what he saw or didn't see, but clearly he's not happy. And by the way, Sean Cutright is out there in a short-sleeve shirt and shorts, and it's like 30 degrees.
He's in a hot jacket. That's not even an actual, like, jacket. That's one of those jackets the coaches wear in the summer.
Yeah, right? I mean, he's nuts, but it's cold out there. Anywho, so... Brandon, is this an issue of the defense maybe beginning to tire out here a little bit?
It's definitely what it is. The defense is tired. You can see Ivan Pace is kind of a little heavy with his breathing there on the sidelines, and it's just I don't know. You can't say that. You just so much is going on. This game, so much scoring has really dragged this game out, and the Cardinals just trying to fight their way out.
Well, we got a flag. Another onside kick attempt by Mason.
And they were offsides. Ivan Pace was going to catch that on the fly and attempt to run it back for a touchdown.
Oh, nobody was in front of him.
No.
Assuming Ivan has enough gas left in the tank that he can make it, put another 50 yards up on his already very impressive rushing total.
So a 5-yard penalty. The Comets will now try the onside attempts at the 35-yard line.
Why not, right? Gotta try to. I can't imagine. Well, I guess there's two ways to go about the onside kick, right? You could kick it really hard, like he's doing it, in the hopes that it bounces off of somebody, or you pop it up a little bit and hope that you give your up men a chance to get down there. So now he drops back like he's going to kick it deep. Comes up and does exactly that. He kicks it deep. Back is J.J. Davis, catches it about the 18-yard line, takes it up to the 25, the 30. Following his blockers, going to try and cut back inside, and he does. Takes it up to the 45-yard line, stays on his feet, and takes it out to about the 47-yard line. And there's yet another flag.
And that was J.J. Davis got an extra 7 yards because the Mason Comets kind of held him up trying to strip the ball there. A little exchange of words after the play, and it looks like the Cardinals are celebrating like it's on the Comets.
Well, Colerain already suffered from 4 personal fouls tonight.
And watch this play here on Waycross after the play. Here, J.J. Davis is tackled about the 40. Mason Comets kind of hold him up and try to rip the ball out. And then we get some extracurriculars right there. Number 8 kind of threw a slap. He's lucky that that's not really a punch. It's kind of he tried to slap Dan Bolden in the helmet. It wasn't really. It was like a slap or kind of a push in the helmet after the play, but it's 15 extra yards for the Colerain Cardinals, and it'll be first down for the Colerain at the Comet 38.
There's the official call from the head referee. Personal foul against the Comets. They've just been trading touchdowns here in the fourth quarter and late in second half of the third quarter. Back and forth. Colerain 3-touchdown lead, 4-touchdown lead, back to a 3-touchdown lead. Where we stand now, 42-21. And again, I'm amazed by the fact that this team Mason has had 4 shutouts in their past 5 games, and they've given up 42 points today. And there's still 7 minutes left and 3 timeouts for this Cardinal offense. We have an official's timeout, and the ball is set, and play clock starts. Gunner under center, takes the ball, hands it off to Deontay Smith-Moore. He takes it across the 30. All the way down to the 28-yard line. It's going to be close to a first down. And they're going to go ahead and give it to him.
So, Deontay Smith-Moore, really he's tackled by Luke Ponting's back on the play. Good job on the tackle of the feet by number 4, Casey Miller.
Yeah, Ivan Pace is more than likely done for the night. He's going to get that blow that he needs while he really is needed on defense, and that's where it's good to have a guy like DSM that can come in there and play that position.
Correction, that was Jalen Johnson on the tackle.
And this is just smart play here. Gunnar Leyendecker slowing things down, watching the play clock. They know what they're going to run. They hand it off to Deontay Smith-Moore. He's going to pick up about 2 yards on the play. They took the play clock all the way down to about 2 seconds before he snapped the ball. And I imagine that's exactly what will happen here, too. I mean, at this point, not that Colerain ever has trouble doing a track meet with anybody, but your defense is gassed, and they need a break.
Yeah, when the Cardinals get up there. It was interesting there after the play. Everyone's kind of piled up in bodies, and a couple Mason players are helping Colerain players up. A couple Colerain players are helping Mason players up. But both teams, the guy getting helped up, thought the opposing team was kind of coming after him at the play until they realized they were just helping him up on both sides there in that play. Interesting after the play.
I formation, ball snapped with 1 second on the play clock. Gunnar Leyendecker keeps it. He's going to get enough for the first down inside the red zone all the way down to about the 16-yard line. So great play call and execution by the senior captain, quarterback Gunnar Leyendecker.
And again, it's the inside veer. He keeps it on here, and he could probably make the play to the outside, but he cuts it inside, seeing the safety commit to the outside, cuts it back, and picks up the first down.
Great play call. Part I like the most about that, had 2 hands on that ball.
I like how you say great play call. They've been running probably the same play inside veer, left and right, the entire second half.
So
but you're talking about Gunnar's
I'm talking about his decision
making.
To not pitch it, to not take that risk, to pick up the yards necessary for the first down. You're right. You're exactly right.
I'm fairly certain they're just running 44 and 45 this entire second half.
There's the handoff right over the middle, and they just got that play off. I don't see a flag.
Sprinkling in probably 40 and 41 give the midline options, but
look at you with all your football talk.
I'm assuming the numbers haven't changed.
Who knows? So they're trying to literally milk this clock under 5 minutes to go here in the game, up by 3 scores. They'd love to milk this clock and put one more touchdown on the board, maybe give the ball back to Mason with under 2 minutes to play and really just end it at that point.
Just a fullback give again.
And Mason knew it was coming. However, he's going to pick up, what, maybe 3-4 yards on that play?
Yeah,
inside the 15.
Set up a 3rd and 5. You know, you get another look at the replay. Just a straight handoff, and that's not even an option play. Nope. That was just a fullback trap there on the play. So 3rd down and 6. You know what we haven't seen tonight? We haven't seen that little toss sweep, 16 and 17 to the outside.
We haven't seen that at all. And we also haven't seen a counter.
What we will see is the Cardinals take this play clock all the way down to 1.
Yep. 4, 3, 2, 1, and the snap. There you go. It's a handoff once again right over the middle. Keeps it all the way down to the 5-yard line. Needed 6 for the first down. Got about 9. So it'll be first down and goal. Deontay Smith-Moore, DSM, puts the Cardinals in a great spot to put this game away.
And again, just the inside veer play. And fullback does a good job following that veer block down to double team by the guard and center up to the second level of the linebackers. Find some space. And really, him having to slow down to follow his blockers is the only really reason he got tackled. He kind of had a lot of space, but contained inside that box.
Gunnar Leyendecker under center, takes the ball, hands it off once again to DSM, lowers his shoulder, takes it down to about the 2-yard line. Clock continues to run, 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the game. 3-touchdown lead for the Cardinals, 42-21.
They'll bring the Bolden package in. They'll bring an extra tight end. And number 63, John Hudson. They'll bring in the Boldens at fullback. Deontay Smith-Moore will stay in a fullback. And I'd like to just need to see Deontay get one here. He always seems to come in, get them to the goal line, but he never gets in for 6.
Yep.
Let's see if he can finish the drive for the Cardinals here.
Let's see what they can do now. 2nd down and goal at the 2-yard line. Gunnar right under center. Players set. Down, watching the clock, snaps the ball, gives it to Deontay Smith-Moore, and he takes it into the end zone for the Colerain touchdown.
Deontay Smith-Moore, 6 points. Cardinals on the board again.
Their 7th touchdown of the night against a team, again, that has shut out 4 of their last 5 opponents. Well, that will ice the game. With 2:40 left to go, even with 3 timeouts, really can't see Mason finding a way to come back at this point and get enough points to score. So
what we could probably safely say at this point is we don't know where the game will be at, but we know the kick is up and it's good at the 2:41 mark of the 4th quarter. It's the Colerain Cardinals 49, the Mason Comets 21, and we don't know where, but we do know at 7:30 next Friday night, the Colerain Cardinals will be playing the St. Xavier Bombers again in the regional final.
Well, it's the game everybody's been pointing to. It's the number 1 and number 2 teams in the city. You know, it's the game that, again, seemingly every year these two teams find a way to meet each other. And, of course, Colerain beat St. X twice in 2015, lost to them last year twice, and then lost earlier this year in overtime at home in a game where Colerain led 14-0 with 6 minutes to go in the game, and couldn't hold on, and St. X in that pinpoint passing attack. And that's what we're going to see next week, and that's something that this defense is, they're going to have to switch gears very quickly off of the running of Matt Sora and get ready for the pinpoint accuracy throwing of Chase Wolf and that Bomber offense.
And that game is final, 37-7. The Bombers defeat the Aviators.
Yeah, we talk all the time about, you know, or Chase Wolf is mentioned all the time in that offense, lots of points and blah, blah, blah. Don't overlook that Bomber defense. They're still very good. Again, only giving up 7 points to Sycamore tonight, and that was on maybe Sycamore's first series, at latest maybe their second. And then they shut him down the rest of the way. There's a squib kick, caught at the 30-yard line, taken up to the 35 by Mason. Tacklers are there, still on his feet, out to the 35, the 40, the 45. No whistles, finally have it. Looks like they're going to take him down, but not before he gets all the way out to about the 48-yard line. So good return for Mason. The referee's getting in there and trying to separate out the kids a little bit. I'm sure there's some frustration setting in for these Mason seniors as they know their season is about to come to an end. But you know what? They didn't quit. They came out in the second half. They had great adjustments, down 28-0. Came back and have scored 3 touchdowns here in the second half. And they've done some things to this Cardinal defense that Colerain hasn't seen or had done to them in quite some time.
2:32 to play.
Let's see what the offense decides to do here. Snap is back to Adams. He takes it, he rolls, he's looking to throw, and he does. And it is incomplete. It was intended for number 9. He went one way, the pass went the other.
You know what I'd like to see from the Mason Comets right here. I know you want to fight to the end, but it'd be nice if you gave your senior captain a kind of a curtain call here. You gave him a handoff, and then substituted him out and gave Matt Sora, who's been a very special player for the Mason Comets. If let him get the recognition to deserve the senior in his final game.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely.
But I don't know. Mason Comets are going to fight to the end, so we'll see.
Well, I mean, you know, Coach Kastner is trying to absolutely get this Mason team over the hump, and it's same thing 8 other teams in the GMC are trying to do when it comes to Colerain. There's whistles
and a timeout by the Comets.
Timeout Mason.
Quick other score updates. Pickerington Central 42, Hilliard Bradley 17, Pickerington North 35, Centerville 12.
So that'll be an all Pickerington R3 final.
Olentangy Liberty 17, Gahanalika 14.
Is that a final?
No, it's still going.
Okay.
Olentangy 20, Lewis Center Olentangy 23, Toledo Whitmer 17, Mentor 14, Edwards 13.
Oh my goodness.
St. Ignatius 45, Euclid 22.
Well, I think the St. Ignatius score is not a surprise. I don't think Euclid has much of a defense to speak of. But what about that Mentor St. Edward game? 14-13.
And it was 14-10. Ed's got a big play to the goal line, but they got stuffed and kicked a field goal at 14-13.
Mentor stuffed them on the goal line?
Near the goal line.
Or near the goal line?
So they had to Ed's had to kick a field goal.
Mentor, one of those teams that, if maybe locals remember, that was the team that Moeller beat in 2013 for their last and most recent state championship. I think the final was 55-52 in that game. Defense optional.
It's also where Chicago Bears quarterback Mitch Trubisky went to school.
That's right. Known for their offense are the Mentor Cardinals. As are we. Snap is back to Will Adams. Takes it. Hands it off. That is not Matt Sora. He takes it and runs wide. It's going to pick up about 5 yards on the play, which is fine by the Cardinals. That's just going to continue to run the clock.
And that's the other senior running back, Connor Grant. And I think Kastner took that timeout, and that's what it. Coach Kastner took that timeout, and what he did there with that timeout is he substituted a bunch of his seniors in. There you see Connor Grant, and it's a good by Kastner there. He recognized the situation. We also had to change a quarterback. He's got number 16, Camden Niehaus. That can't be the same Camden Niehaus. So see how he's listed as a linebacker in the. Yeah. I guess that's Jake Harris, the other quarterback.
The snap is back, and there's a handoff now. Run over the left side. Picking up first down yardage inside the Colerain territory, down to the 42-yard line.
Jake Harris, the other senior quarterback, in for the Masons. They got substitutions everywhere.
Yeah, Colerain's doing the same thing. Guys coming in on defense that are backups and whatnot. They're subbing out the starters. So 1 minute and 26 seconds to go.
Rico Hambrick in, along with Daryl Patrick for the Cardinals.
So starters have done their job tonight. Not necessarily pretty in the second half, but they fought, they clawed, they never gave up. They're going to get out of here with a win tonight. There's a handoff right over the middle for Mason. About 2 yards on that play. Approaching 1 minute on the game. Now, Brandon, we're heading into next week. Like you said, we don't know where, but it's going to be St. Xavier and Colerain. You know, a game that both the city and the region seems to look forward to every year. What does Colerain really need to focus on next week?
Well, the first thing you need to do is be prepared to contain Chase Wolf and make sure you make the tackle when you get the pressure. Don't let him get outside. Don't let him extend plays. And the secondary can't lose track of Cameron Specht. He's a playmaker for them. Everywhere, offensively, hold on to the football, don't turn it over. The Cardinals have really struggled early on against St. X in that 3-3-5, but over the years they kind of figured out little wrinkles, little misdirections against that defense, and it's really been a turnover thing that's really hurt them. So we'll see if the Cardinals can take it to the Bombers next week and revenge that Week 2 loss.
Well, that would be amazing. Our Cardinals are not going to be favored by almost anybody. St. X, the defending Division I champion, and they've certainly looked the part this year with only one loss. There's what presumably will be the final play of the game. A handoff to number 22, takes it down inside the 20, but there are 3 zeros on the clock, and that will signal the end of this regional semifinal game between the Colerain Cardinals and the Mason Comets. Your Cardinals victorious, 49-21, and they move on to play next week in the regional final against the St. Xavier Bombers. For Chris Imonitis, myself, Brandon Wyatt, Mike Warwick, and all of us at WeAreColerain.com and Waycross Community Media, thanks for tuning in to the broadcast.